We are live?
We're live.
Go ahead. Joe,
Let's
you
get
want
it,
to
Joe.
start us off, Joe?
Hey, man, guys, welcome to the stream. We're going to be talking about Giants football, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Joe,
We're going to be talking about the playoff picture.
Guys, welcome to the
Let me fix
stream.
that.
We got the Atlanta Falcons that we got to keep an eye on. There's a few other teams. The Saints we got to keep an eye on. Carolina Panthers we got to keep an eye on. Look, guys, we're still alive. This what we said going into this week. Last week actually, it was Kansas City, the Raiders. If we went 1-1, we have a chance.
Yep.
And yesterday was nothing but a day of upsets throughout the NFL. The Bills lost to the Jaguars. Miami won. So, the Eagles lost. Yay! The Dallas Cowboys lost. Yay! Washington didn't play, but we're back tied for second in the division. Anything is possible. There's a little bit of hope at the end of the tunnel. We got an easy schedule coming up for this football team. They got 2 weeks now to get this offense right. The defense for third week in a row came out and played. Played. Xavier McKinney was fire. The Giants had a running game. Booker was phenomenal. We didn't target our star wide receivers, but I've also saw on Twitter where, we criticized Nate Solder, but Nate Solder was a big reason in that running game. We ran the ball 30 times and the offensive line had no penalties for holding. That's something. That's something. There's guys that we're all hollering about. Danny Shelton, isn't that the nose tackle that keeps getting flopped on his butt?
Yeah. Which tackle?
Zion, you're muted, my guy.
What's up,
Danny
guys?
Shelton, yes. The guy who's been
Play?
underperforming. You're saying get flopped on his butt? Yes. What's up, Ash? What's up, Slay?
What's up, guys? Join us today. I'm telling you, this is a positive. This will be the most positive stream we've had this year. I'm telling you right now, I did the homework last night. I look forward at the schedules. I see the teams that are ahead of us by one game. We are getting healthy at the right time when other teams are going to not be so healthy later. You know how that season goes. It's a war of nutrition. The New York Giants are about to embark on a wild card race, and it's going to be a fun November and December around here. And that's the bottom line because the Miz said so.
Absolutely. And I see you guys backstage, Nate. I see you. I'm gonna bring you guys in. We're just gonna be talking for about 10 minutes. Then as soon as we're done, you know what? Ms. Joe, you guys want to make a point? I'm just start bringing people in.
I made my point. That's all I gotta say. I don't see why the Giants aren't one of the teams that make a run to the wild card. I don't talk nonsense. You guys know I've kept it real all year. The New York Giants are going to get healthy right now. They're going to get back one of the biggest pieces that we've been missing, Andrew Thomas, which is going to allow them to throw the ball down the field. The New York Giants are one game out of a wild card, and we've beaten 2 out of the 3 teams with tiebreakers. There's no reason the Giants can't get to 8 wins and play the last game of the season for a chance to get in. Believe it. Believe it.
Let's get it. What's up, Pat? What's up, Nate? What's up, Logan?
Let's
get it. Coming off of a great victory.
What's up, Logan?
Let's get it.
What's going on, fellas? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. All right. Is that extra tackle that we picked up, is his last name Williams? Or we have a Williams on the team, right?
His name is Leo.
he was out there on the offensive line for a couple of plays.
Cunningham. It's Cunningham, Joe.
I thought I saw Williams out there too.
No, I think it's Cunningham.
Is it Cunningham? One of our backup tackles I was seeing out there. I'm gonna have to. I haven't had any time to research anything. We streamed for a lot of hours, so bear with me because I just woke up from a 5-hour nap.
I give you a little perspective from inside the stadium yesterday. We had a lot of Raider fans come into the stadium that would piss the shit out of you if you were a Giant fan. It did me. They took over the stadium early. They acted like they were the boss. Okay, cocky, arrogant with their skeleton Halloween faces and being loud and obnoxious, chanting Raiders. And the Giant fans didn't like it, but we stayed quiet because we know what we've been doing the last few years, so we can't say much. But let me tell you something: as the game went on, the Giant fans got louder, and the Raider fans started shutting their faces. And when that strip sack came by Roche to the exit, we all started showing the Raider fans. It got ugly at the end of that game, and the Giant fans let them have it. And I'm telling you right now, it was a beautiful thing, man.
Dude, what a steal. What a steal that guy is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's that?
Roche.
I wanted the Giants to try. I wanted the Giants.
Yeah, it's Corey Cunningham, Joe. Corey Cunningham. That's who you saw out there.
All right, that's who I saw. All right.
I wanted to make a point from inside the stadium. Forget the fans, because a lot of people outside are not seeing what I saw. And Boomer Esiason spoke about it this morning, and so did Cotton from WFAN, who was actually at the game. People got to realize, people see that Jason Garrett didn't use his receivers yesterday. He didn't throw the ball down the field. Now I'm going to tell you why. Jason Garrett's changed their game plan on the fly. They opened up the game. They wanted to throw. Daniel Jones took a heavy shot, a strip fumble. You saw that the O-line was not going to allow Jones to drop back and throw yesterday. The Raiders' defensive line was living in our backfield. So he changed the game, got real conservative, and they pounded the rock a lot of the game. And I'll be honest with you, if Jason Garrett doesn't change the game plan into what he did yesterday, we don't win the game. So people want to get on Jason Garrett a lot because they don't get to see this fantasy amazing football with 35 points and bombs all over the place. But some games don't allow you to do that. And we didn't have Thomas, and we missed him the most probably yesterday. So people have to understand, man, Garrett changed the game early for the better, allowing the Giants to stay in the game and let their defense win them the game. When you get back Thomas and we'll also get back Barkley, I think you will see a different offense.
I like that point because I was one of those fans that was like frustrated. I'm like, come on, guys, like, can we get Tony the ball, please? Can we get Galladay the ball, please? But one thing that me and Classified talked before going live is, you know, we was executing a good run game, and we shouldn't have given up on that. So the fact that Booker had a good night and Penny had some ones in there, that was a good adjustments by Garrett. And at the end of the day, I don't care how we win. I just want to win. And the fact that we was able to game plan to get a win and our defense actually showed up, I'm happy. What up, Sunday?
I want to say what's up to Sunday. She's always here.
Sunday.
She's always sticking with the family. So I'd love to have her.
I want to just piggyback off what Miz said. The more I think about it, I do believe Jason Garrett did have to adjust to make it a heavy run package game, because that 5 receiver set, I think the team in general, what's going on Sunday? The team in general said, hey, look, we're actually having a little bit of success running this ball. Let's go to a heavy package and see how much more success we can have, and let's not put Daniel Jones in danger. And it actually worked out. I know we're still not happy. Even Miz, I know you're still not happy that we're not able to get our weapons like a Kenny Galladay or Kadarius Toney more touches. I still think we have to come up with game plans to where we could get Kadarius Toney in space. What I mean by that is let's get those big receivers, Colin Johnson and Galladay out there, and let's slip Kadarius Toney in a quick screen right there. Let's go mano y mano, 6'4", 6'6", 220, 225 against your DBs. And I know Toney is quick enough and shifty enough to beat out a linebacker that's trying to hurry up and rush over there and help them out. Let's be a little bit more of a bully in our passing game, like we were a bully in our running game this past Sunday or yesterday. Let's try to get more of a bully tendency in our passing game. Let's line up when we line up with a 5 receiver set. Let's run a couple of slants and let's see what happens, man. Let's just test them deep with Kenny Galladay. We see you in a single high safety. Let's just test them deep. You don't need 5 seconds to throw a deep ball to Kenny Galladay off the line, try to throw a back shoulder. Let's implement the back shoulder throw. Daniel Jones showed that he can throw a back shoulder throw when he threw it to Ingram. He put that ball in a perfect spot to where Ingram, for once, actually used his size because he's not a small tight end. He's 6'3", 3 3/4, so he's almost 6'4". He used that frame, jumped up and caught the ball over a DB that was out of position. He turned his head too late, and the ball was already right there on Ingram, and he caught it for a touchdown. That was a 30-yard pass, gentlemen. Evan Ingram had enough time to run a wheel route behind, I think that was Slayton, behind Slayton on the post, and he got it to Evan Ingram on a wheel route that I showed you guys that we should have ran last week. So you don't need 5 seconds to have an offense where you can get down the field. Meaning, no, you're not going to be able to run deep post routes all the time like that because that does take times. But those dig routes, those 2 big slant routes that we hit to Kenny Galladay, he had just enough time to get it off. When Andrew Thomas gets back, I believe that makes this offensive line a little bit better. He gets a little bit more time. Let's continue to roll him out. I mean, Jason Garrett has his hands tied a little bit with the offensive line, but it's still ways to scheme plays to where people have to be like, okay, this offense, we have to play a little bit of defense here. It's too many defenses that go out there vanilla. Let's run a single high safety. Let's press up on those receivers and let's box them in. Half the time, we're only going to have to guard one side of the field. That's good. That means a lot of DBs are having a break against us. They're not having to work. Let's make these teams work. And I think we don't do that enough as an offense. I think we get a little too conservative. And we play like we have the Ravens defense, I say it again, of 2000, where they killed us in the Super Bowl. We have a good defense, but our defense is not like that. It's more bend, don't break. That Ravens defense was get off the field. That's what that Ravens defense was back in the day. Right. We don't have a get off the field defense. Let's be honest here. We have a bend, don't break defense. We got a defense to where, okay, we'll play soft until you show us you can get to the 50-yard line. And then, okay, well, now we're going to start playing some real defense because we don't have the personnel that a Ravens defense in them had. We don't have a Ray Lewis. We got Tate Crowder. That's 25 levels below a Ray Lewis. Let's be honest with you. Our pass rush, I believe, is in the middle of the pack. We don't have a dominant pass rush yet. We got some guys that we got faith in that going forward, they will learn a lot more and they will start making more plays. But to be honest with you, we still have a middle of the pack rush defense. We have a middle of the pack, pass rush. We have a middle of the pack rush defense. And I'm going to say this, just like O'Shane Ximines was a healthy scratch and Lorenzo Carter is injured and we played way better when it comes to pass rush, we need to bench Danny Shelton because we play way better against the run when he's not in there. Now we continue to put this guy in there. I know Joe Judge loves the guy because of his Patriots days, but I think it's time to cut ties with Danny Shelton getting clocked. The only time Shelton should get clocked is never. I'm telling you that now. I'd rather have Austin Johnson in there because Danny Shelton is getting pushed around like a marshmallow. He's showing no strength in the trenches, and he's getting pushed around. I'd rather have Dexter Lawrence in there and put Raymond Johnson out there to stop the run than have Danny Shelton in there because it doesn't make any sense. You're 300, you're over almost 400 pounds, and you're getting pushed around like you're Nate Solder out there. So there's some things that this offense needs to work on. I do believe there are ways that you can get your weapons the ball. The Kansas City Chiefs do it. Their offensive line is not playing up to par this year, but there's not really a game where you see Tyreek Hill go without touches. I'm just going to be honest with you. So we can blame the offensive line all we want. It is a damn good, I'm not going to say excuse, is a damn good factor or reason why this offense is stalling. But that can't be the main reason why you're not giving your weapons a chance to make a play for you. These are professionals. These are guys that want to win. Galladay wants to win. Kadarius Toney wants to win. Daniel Jones wants to win. Booker showing the past couple of weeks is showing that he wants to win. I guess he just had to get his feet underneath him. I don't know what's been said to him, but the past couple of weeks he's been balling. You got to give him that credit. He's been balling for us the past couple of weeks. He's actually been the star on offense for us the past couple of weeks against the Chiefs and the Raiders.
Yep.
I believe he has almost 300 yards in total scrimmage yards the past 2 games, which is pretty good. That's damn good. So we can't use the excuse, offensive line. Yes, the offensive line, I believe, is ranked 32nd or 30. How many teams is it? 32 teams. I believe we're ranked 31st, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Jets may have a little bit of worse line than we do. I know it's between us, the Jets, and the Chiefs. But we can't use that excuse. You scheme plays. If you want this to be a quick hit offense, your quick hit offense can't be hitches and curls all the time because it's too easy for a defender to guard that. If they press you, a curl's not going to work unless that DB is just absolutely terrible. He's right there. He's looking right at you the whole time. Nobody's scared of our offense beating you deep. Do you notice every time we go deep, normally we have a person wide open when we go deep because people are not planning on us going deep. Nobody plans for us to run a sluggo, which is a slant go. Nobody plans for us to run a wheel route with Evan Ingram like we did. They're planning to stand right in front of our receivers and play a slant or a hitch. And most of the time it's a hitch. And they're right there. Sometimes it's 2 people right there with their hands like this. Come on. I know you get ready to throw it. Come on. That Rams game proved it all. So we have to come up with way. I don't know, man. Hopefully this bye week, Joe Judge, he has a little bit more time to talk to his coordinators. He has a little bit more time to get up a game plan. I want to see Joe Judge have the ability to get in somebody's ass on that offensive side of the ball, whether it's the receivers coach not coaching up these receivers well on route running, whether it's Jason Garrett as a whole with his offense. You can't say anything to Rob Sale because he's working with chicken shit. Let's just be honest with you. And he's trying to make chicken salad out of it. And he's done a hell of a job. When Billy Price and Nate Solder are out there, the worst center and worst right tackle in the league, I don't care what anybody says, he's doing one hell of a job. And there's been injuries across this whole offensive line. I get it. But we're doing a disservice to this kid, Daniel Jones, and we're doing a disservice to this organization. Daniel Jones, does anybody on this panel think we got a fair evaluation of Daniel Jones in 3 years?
Nope.
No.
How can you with no line?
You got an O-line that's bad, and you got play calling. I think this play caller is making him a one-read quarterback. I think they're telling him to be a one-read quarterback because they're saying, you won't have the time to go through progressions like this. So find your first read, get it to him. And Daniel Jones is going to do that. Hard. I'm telling you, he's like a robot. Whatever you program him to do, he's going to do it. I don't care what you tell him, how you tell him to do it, he's going to do it. And I believe he's a one-read quarterback. That's what I truly believe Jason Garrett has made him, a one-read quarterback, because either we just don't have that much faith in Daniel Jones or we believe this line is that bad to where they can't protect him to where he could get the ball deep.
Let's get into Sunday's question. Overall, how would you guys rate this win against the Raiders?
That's a big one. That win allow us to have, believe it or not, that allows us to have a season. Because if we lost yesterday, the season was truly over. But now, when you look ahead, you have a bye week. You're going to get back some players that we've been missing, especially Thomas. Like Pat's saying, Pat wants to see our receivers used more. I believe Thomas will allow that. That changes everything. And a healthy Barkley in the backfield obviously is big too. Now, the Giants have a 1-2 punch in the running game that we didn't think we had before because Booker's proven himself to be a little horse. So, the schedule gets really easy after the Tampa game. And I'm not going to tell you that we don't go to Tampa and you never know. We're going to give them a game just like we gave Kansas City a game. So we'll see what happens. But after Tampa, the schedule favors us big time. And the same thing they've been talking on the radios today. Why not the Giants? You only one game out the wild card. You beat Carolina and the Saints already. So if you ever came down to tiebreakers, you got those two now. We did lose to Atlanta. And I'm just giving us optimism. The Giants, yesterday gave the Giants a season, man. We can have a season. And you know what the last 6 or 7 games look like. I mean, you got the Eagles twice, Washington at home, Dallas at home, Miami, the Bears. You got games the Giants can. Let's see what happens, man. And we haven't seen a healthy Giants offense yet. How about that? We're about to see it right after the bye.
Let's get it.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Anybody else wants to react to?
As far as the win was huge. I'm very impressed with the defense the past 3 weeks. We've given up an average of only 13 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge. That's good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, that's good defense. Considering where the defense was at the beginning of the season. And I'll say it again. Soon as we benched Lorenzo Carter and Osain Ximines, this defense got a whole lot damn better. They got a whole lot damn better because now you got people out there that's willing to get it. Roche out there willing to get it. Ojulari willing to get it. McKinney willing to get it. Even Tate Crowder, he's willing to give it. He's giving it his all, despite that he's a Mr. Irrelevant. Mm-hmm. Leonard Williams giving it his all. Dexter Lawrence giving it his all. Adoree Jackson, somebody lit a fire underneath his ass. He's giving it his all right now. I still needed to get an interception when the ball hits his hands. But Bradbury, he's giving it his all. Xavier McKinney finally trusting his instincts. That kid's good, man.
Yeah.
I've been saying it the whole time. I said, man, that dude's always right around the ball. And I was like, man, if he starts to trust his instincts, he's going to be pretty damn good. And he finally clicked it. He finally clicked it last week. Hopefully he keeps it going. And he trusts his instincts more. I think this is a 5 to 6 interception type safety, man. That guy, did you see the range that he's shown on that single high safety on that interception, the second one?
Yes.
That was some range. That man ran from the middle of the field, saw David Carr look, and that one little pump that David Carr did before he threw that ball, because he had Bradbury. Bradbury was smoked.
Yeah.
Ximines saved him on that. Ximines saw David Carr look, did that pump, he took off. And, man, did he cut in front of that receiver for that interception. That's a game-saving interception right there. I'm telling you that now.
Yeah, it was.
I believe if this defense plays like this through the rest of the season, I only see 2 teams that could beat us for the rest of our schedule. And that's the Buccaneers, because their defense could get it going like that, and they're getting healthy, they're getting their cornerbacks back. I still think we give the Buccaneers one hell of a fight that game, fully healthy. If we do lose, it's probably because Tom Brady at the very end of the game gets something and they kick a field goal and win or something. But I truly believe we go in that game, and I think we can beat them guys. I truly do.
Hey,
after seeing the Chargers do not scare me. If our defense plays up to their capability, the Chargers do not scare me. And I got to see a couple more games on them Cowboys, because I'm telling you, the Cowboys are known to do it. They're known to get on hot streaks and all of a sudden just start falling off for some reason.
Right.
They probably still win this division because they basically got a 3.5-4 game lead right now. I don't see them winning less than 11 games. But, man, we can beat them too. But if we do lose two games out of this second half of the schedule, I believe it's those 2 teams. I know we can beat the Washington football team. We should have beat them the first time. And if our defense plays well in that game, that's a wrap.
We're winning that game, man. I'm not even worried about that game.
Both the Eagles games we should win, because of like I said, if our defense continues to show, if they can hold teams to 17, 20 points with a fully healthy offensive team, we should be able to score more than 20 points a game going down the stretch. I'm just going to be honest with you. Honest with you.
Zion, let's shout out some of these new people that are in
my brother
right
from
now
LA.
Absolutely.
That's Steve Sabone. That's obviously grew up with him. He's a Raiders fan. He lives out in Oakland. He lived in New York.
Shout out to Steve.
You got Adams in here. What's up, Adam?
We got
Sunday, of course.
Great Opinion Sports. We got Frankie G. Taj came in. Hit Squad. Giants Opinion Sports.
Adam already knows. I've been texting him all morning. Me and Adam, we always go at it.
Steve Saban and Adam. Yeah, exactly. Hey, guys, thanks everybody for jumping in.
Zion. I told him, I want to do a stream right now. I don't want to wait till tomorrow, not tonight, right now. I want to do it now. I'm listen, man. Maybe you could call part of it emotions coming out of a win, and the Raiders are a good team, and we gave them a fight, and we came away. I'll tell you right now, I strongly believe the Giants have a second half run in them. I'm not telling you we're going to make the last spot, but there's a 7th seed out there, and somebody with 8 or 9 wins is going to get it. Okay, and I feel like the way our schedule's setting up, we have a bye right now, and with the players we're about to get back, and the biggest name on that list is Andrew Thomas, because that changes our ability to play offense 2 ways. We get him back. The Giants are going to make a run in the second half. I'm telling you that. I'm not telling you maybe. I'm telling you the Giants are going to make a run in the second half. Whether they fall short or don't get in because of a tie, I believe the Giants can get to 8 wins. I don't see why not. The Giants are better than they've shown you.
I don't see how we only go 4-4 on our next 8 games. I just don't. Not with the Eagles, not with the Dolphins and the Bears within those 4 Bears. Eagles twice, Dolphins, Bears. That should be 4 victories right there.
Oh.
And then you got the Washington football team. That should be 5. That's an 8-9 record. So even if we lose to the Buccaneers, Chargers, and Cowboys, we still could be 8-9 and be fighting for a playoff spot. And I'm gonna tell you right now,
what's good?
With 2 weeks to prepare for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
Yep.
With the psychic of Brady against the Giants, period. With this defense playing as hard as they have been playing, I don't see us going out there and just laying the egg against the Buccaneers. I see us giving them a hard ass fight, like seriously.
And yeah, you can continue, Pat, but I just wanted to point out too, with Thomas, Barkley, and Shepard coming back, like Jeffrey said, and if you just read his comment at the end of it, like. Without defense playing like the way it is, man, we have a chance against any team in this league. We're even right up there with the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you think about it, like our defense been playing like a top 10 defense the past couple of weeks, regardless of what everyone's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
playing against good teams too. It's not like the Raiders were 5-2. And yeah, you can say that maybe the Raiders had a lot of the things going on, you know, maybe like Steve said, their heads wasn't in there. But at the end of the day, that's still an over 500 football team that had to show up. And what our defense was able to do to them was absolutely amazing. You can go into Adam's comment about Jason Garrett, and I have to agree. Some of the things is kind of off too. But then again, you bring back Jeffrey's comment right back there. You know, he didn't have a full healthy offense to operate. So what Garrett was able to produce with the weapons he had was pretty amazing. And we're gonna bring on Hit Squad and Jeffrey.
Look deeper in, man. Stop looking at the offense and the fantasy bullshit. Stop that, bro. Get serious. Talk about serious football. The Giants opened up the game where Jones almost got killed. I was at the game. The Raiders D-line was coming in a second and a half. We couldn't block their edges at all. And Jason Garrett had to change the game on the go, and he did a hell of a job to do what he had to do to scrape the game together and win the game, okay? So you guys want to look at the guy, you want to bury him. Oh, he didn't throw to Galladay. Oh, I get that. Galladay got to get more looks. So does Tony. But let's be real now. Jones was not having time to throw. Okay? So the Giants changed the game on the go. And I think they did a hell of a job. And they knew that their defense would come up with 1 or 2 big turnovers, as it's been doing every single game this year. And here's another stat for you. The Giants defense is the only D in the NFL that hasn't allowed a touchdown in the second half of the last 3 games. All 3 games.
Hey, you know what? I was just ecstatic we got the running game back. I thought we were good. I thought he was going to go away from that. When we started running the rock again at the second half, man, I was happy.
I'm just
saying, stop always trying to fire someone. Give a guy a break. Let the season play out, man. Stop trying to fire everybody every single Sunday, man. It's stupid.
Let me offer a rebuttal.
Pat, I'm gonna let you go. Pat, I'm gonna let you go real fast, but I just wanted to point out, it wasn't by. It's just by design. That look at this nice design we have on screen. We have everybody with cameras, and then we have everybody with non-cameras. But look,
he wants to point out the design.
Totally.
You don't want to see my ugly face on the camera, so I'm just hiding it right now.
Right,
I know,
Pat,
I'm just messing.
for you.
Let me offer a rebuttal to the people who trying to downplay the win against the Raiders because they say, oh, they're going through turmoil. Oh, their heads weren't into it. You do know this team was undefeated until they play us after John Gruden was fired. You do know that, right? That was a 5-2 team. They won their games after the whole John Gruden thing. Let's be real. That team was on fire. That team was on fire the past 2 weeks before they played us. They killed people before they played us. Now all of a sudden, just because they lose to us, all their heads weren't into the game. No, those people wanted to win.
Yo, let Adam in when you get a chance, Zion.
Yes.
Go ahead,
I didn't even see him down here. Let me scroll down and get him in.
That team wanted to win.
Let's get it.
Game.
What's up, Adam?
And let's not try to act like Henry Ruggs was just ultimate receiving. Their offense was hurting because Henry Ruggs Henry Ruggs was barely targeted in that offense. They rarely used that guy.
No, I got nothing.
Let's not act like Henry Ruggs was Jerry Rice to that Raiders offense. Come on, man. I think we just had a better defensive game plan. We outplayed them in the red zone, and Derek Carr made some mistakes that he shouldn't have made. Before halftime, he should have hit Waller in the end zone before halftime because he was wide open. I don't know what some of the throws he was throwing was bad, and maybe because we rattled him.
What's up, Adam?
Well, I know there's sources saying that he wants to join the Seahawks, but I don't know if they claimed him yet.
That's a very good spot for Odell. I'll be honest.
Right now they're in talks, I believe, but I'm not too sure what's going on with that. But there's no potential signing with Seahawks.
Just passed.
He's going to sign with Seattle.
It just passed the time for Odell to be claimed off waivers, so he's free to sign.
Seattle's going to claim him, from what I'm hearing.
Seattle's going to claim him. Yep.
They're going to go on a run too. Seattle's going to go on a run because Wilson's healthy now. So. Yep. I just wanted to say one other thing, man. About this, it makes me mad, Pat, about this firing all the time. People want to fire someone. We can't even let the season play out. Can we get to the end of the season? There's still 9 weeks left. But here's my thing. 4 weeks ago, everybody wanted to fire Graham. Remember that? How's that look?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Yep. You know why,
I think he heard us. I think he heard us, Miz. Did
he really just compare? Did he just compare Henry Ruggs to Plexico Burress?
No, don't do that.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm going to tell you what happened with the defense. Maybe I'm wrong. The defense never played any preseason. So you could take the first 3 weeks of the season and chalk that up as their preseason. You don't want it to be that way, but that's what it was.
And real fast, I want to let Adam have a right to defend himself because I didn't mean to do that. I was just grabbing his comment and throwing it out there. But Adam, I seen your comment and I kind of want to get you on too. Miz wanted you on the too. What's your thoughts about Garrett and what's your thoughts about the game in general, bro?
I think he's on pause.
Yeah, he might not be.
He's muted his mic right now.
Adam, you're muted.
All right. Well, when he gets back, we'll ask him.
I'll text.
Hey, the only reason why I think everybody's saying fire this person and fire that person, I think it's because of the losing every single season that people are just fed up and they're so impatient right now. Myself included, because I'm one of those guilty people that said it, and I'll admit it. Because we're all just sick and tired of the losing, that whenever we see a game where the offensive coordinator is not making the right calls, where we think these guys can be utilized better, we're going to say, fire him, because we're just so impatient off of first instincts. That's all we feel is we just want to see somebody fired because we think as fans we could do a better job than what they're doing. But then after a cooler heads, I guess after a day or two, we're like, maybe that's really not the best decision to make.
Well, let's look at that. Let's look at that defense real quick. All right. What adjustments did they make? By Zimenez, by Carter, hi Ojolari, hi Roche, couple rookies, got them ready for the season.
Real fast, Joe. We all thought it was just a stupid excuse and a dumb thing when he's like, oh, I wanted to evaluate my players for that Rams game for the second half. Well, he really did make some changes, and he took
there was a method to his madness.
And to follow up, like what Jeffrey was saying, like I'll be lying if I wasn't yelling at Garrett during that game as well. I wanted to see how playmakers get the balls during that Oakland game, but now that 2 days have passed, And I have to realize too, like it's not like we have everyone healthy on offense. So at the end of the day, we won the game, and Garrett did what he had to do, and it was efficient at times. It wasn't like Miz said, it wasn't fantasy numbers. And as much as I was mad at the play calls, we still executed and we still got the job done. So now that I look 2 days after it, I kind of think about it like, okay, yeah, we can't really be that mad because the offense has not been healthy all year. It's been rearranged all year. The offensive line been rearranged all year. He's really just working with what he has. And I get it. Sometimes I get so irritated when he goes back to the stupid plays that Pat was talking about, the stuff that doesn't even work. And he runs it over and over again. But sometimes you just got to look at it like maybe he's setting things up for a play down the line. But I get what the frustration is with this coaching staff. But then again, we can't truly evaluate our offense when half of our offense been hurt most of the season.
Look, I just want to say this real quick. I don't care if O'Shane or Carter come back healthy. I don't want them starting on this team, man. I really do not want them starting on this team. I think the Giants at this point know these two are not in the plans going forward next year. Let's see what we got in these young guys. And I know that there was a lot of Giants fans that wanted Quincy Roche, and we were able to get him. And he's really worked out. I mean, I thought that he played a hell of a game in the Chiefs game. I thought he did really well in this past game as well. My only thing is on your point with the offense, I do agree because, like, man, we've had all these wide receivers coming in and out due to injury. You know, all these offensive linemen were rotating. I mean, and I get that, you know, there are things that DJ needs to correct, but let's be real, man. Like, Yannick was in the backfield almost every damn play. Like, I love Matt Peart, but dude was getting cooked, man. I mean, he was getting cooked that game. But Yannick's a stud, man. And Max Crosby as well. I mean, I was really impressed how he chased down Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones isn't a slow quarterback. Like, and he it looked like he literally came from the other side of the field.
That guy does not give up. I love this. I love the effort from the Raiders front.
Yeah, but I mean, we getting a bunch of players back healthy, man. I mean, I think that if Saquon didn't have that whole false positive, I think he would have played. But I think they're playing it smart. And, you know, we're going into the bye next week. You know, take that extra week, get healthy so you can come back and, you know, we can really unleash this offense against the Bucs. Because I think that Bucs game, man, I mean, if we can hit Brady, which I could see us doing because we did that last year, I think we'll be straight, man.
Well, just for you fantasy guys, this is just from Adam Schefter. The Bears have activated David Montgomery from IR for tonight's game. Yep. So if you guys are in fantasy and you got David Montgomery on your team, might be something you might want to look at.
Who's the homie that been holding it down? Hubbard?
Khalil Herbert. I wanted him from Virginia Tech.
He's good. He's holding it down.
I was about to say let Logan talk, but he's gone. Where is he?
Yeah, he left.
I don't know.
He disappeared. Yeah. Now, can I ask y'all something real quick? Do y'all see Isaiah Wilson starting at any point this season?
No, I don't.
Maybe next season.
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, I don't see.
It would be amazing. It would really be huge because you know we're going into the draft and we're going to get at least 2 linemen. So if we could have him too, that would be unreal.
Unless Solder and Peart get hurt, I don't see him coming up to do anything. Not even to be a swing tackle one game.
They throw Corey Cunningham out there before they throw out Isaiah Wilson.
And let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna be pissed as hell if going into this Bucs game with Andrew Thomas coming back, we got Nate Solder on that field. I'm gonna be pissed as fuck if I see Nate Solder on that field.
Well, I'll be mad.
It's a good chance you might be pissed because it's got to be between him and Peart. And they love.
One thing, man, I told Pat last night. I spoke to him on the phone. I'll tell you one thing. The guy had a monster running game. I mean, the run game, he was a monster yesterday.
I was about to say that too. Yeah.
All right.
Both him and Peart had a good run blocking.
Logan said he's gonna come back and chop it up for a little bit, but then he has to go do some stuff.
All right. Here's a question for you.
Like Logan never gets a chance to give some input. So
here's a question for the panel. All right. You know what? Solder did have a hell of a game run blocking. Would you rather see Pert start over Solder at right tackle, or would you rather see Pert maybe try and play guard instead of
I don't care
Hernandez?
if he has one good game. Get him off the field.
No.
Honestly, man,
Yeah, I agree
would-
with
I would
Zion.
put
Put
Pert-
Pert
I want
over
the
there on the
young
other
kid.
side.
Pert right there because you know Solder's not going to be on this team
I-
going forward.
That just
But
that's
No,
the
I hear
question.
you.
But you get
No,
to
I
see
hear you.
Pert with some reps at right guard. So who knows? If he plays well at right
That's
guard,
true.
that might help out a whole lot as
Yeah.
well.
That's what I was gonna say.
Logan, go ahead, Logan. Throw your words out. You don't get a chance to talk, and I want to hear your input, man.
What was the question?
No, just talk about what you think about the Giants. Do you want to see coming out of the bye Pert start over Soldiers, or would you put Pert at guard and leave Soldiers? You know you're getting Andrew Thomas back. What do you see for the second half of the season? The Giants make a run and give us a fun season, whether regardless they make it at the end or not. But what do you see?
No, yeah, go fast, Logan. Before you do that, yeah, Ash Money, I see you. The studio is currently full, but we'll rotate people. People will leave. I'll bring you in as soon as someone leaves. But Logan, your floor is yours.
Yeah, I see some potential in the team. I'm not saying we're going to make a playoff push because I don't really want to jinx anything. But the Giants could be decent this year. I could see us getting that 7th seed. I'm not saying we will, but I'm not saying we won't either. And then for the whole Pert and Solder thing, I want to see Pert start at right tackle. Him and Solder, he's much better than Solder. Neither of them are amazing, but Pert's definitely the way to go. I see some potential. I think the Giants. I like Roche. That dude was a steal. But yeah, the Giants could do something at the end of this season. I'm not saying they will, but we could be decent.
And another breaking news is now official. Odell Beckham Jr. is on waivers.
Nice.
Sick.
Listen, man, call me when Odell does something, man. I'm tired of hearing about the 2-minute updates about Odell.
Hey, yo, Miz, I get it too, but you know what? People watching want to know, my guy.
I know, I love you, Joe.
You know, I get
I'm
it.
just
You
saying,
know,
man, it's Odell this. Listen, breaking news, Odell just farted. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, the guys made the guy into God. I know he was a special player once. I haven't seen it in 3 years, man. I haven't seen it in 3 years.
And just so everybody watching, just real quick too, me and Pat, we're gonna call the game. I want y'all to stop in tonight, Monday Night Football. The link is, I got the video up, but I'm not a moderator, so I can't drop the link. But Zion, maybe. I want y'all to stop in, say hi, come on in and chop it up with us. You know, I want Miz there, I want Zion, Jeffrey. You guys just, man, all you come on, and we'll chop it up some more later tonight. Get a hot meal in you, relax. We're going to celebrate this win.
Just in case you don't know, we all be rooting for the Steelers tonight. You should be.
Yep.
Yes.
You should.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, this is an important game for Giants fans. This is important.
Once again, my bad for whoever's trying to join. We're just at full capacity right now, and as soon as someone leaves, you'll be able to join. And Miz, if you don't mind going on your YouTube channel and going to the video right now, clicking on the 3 dots by Sunday's name and clicking on the 3 dots by Joel's name and making them mods. Perfecto. You guys can continue. All right, Logan, I know you have to do something, so I'm gonna pop you up. I'm gonna let Ash pop in, and if you want to call back after that, you're more than welcome to do that.
All right.
Thanks, Logan.
Adios. Have a good one, Logan.
Peace.
Everybody go
See you
sub up to
tonight.
Logan's Giant Zone. Let's get it.
You know it.
All right, Ash, you're more than welcome to call in now. There should be a spot.
What am I making them?
Click on the 3 dots on your YouTube chat. Like, click on Sandy's comment, and there should be 3 dots by her name. If you click on those 3 dots, you can make her a mod, and then she can drop the link for.
Good afternoon, Ash. How you doing, man?
Yo, what's going on?
What up, Ash? The floor is yours, my man. I know you got to go work in 5 minutes. Dedicated Giants fan calling in. Let's get it.
Hold on, let me connect my headphones. Can y'all hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we got you.
They got me working this weird 5 to 10. I've never worked that in my life, but yeah, man, Miz, you was right. You was right. I didn't think we were gonna win. It was a great defensive win. I'll say that. Great defensive win. The offense, we coming out of this bye, we gotta, whether that's, I don't think it's gonna happen, But whether it's firing Garrett or I don't know, because I feel like this would be the perfect time to do that. Or Garrett just he just improved somehow. You know, the bye you gotta work it out over the bye because you throwing a tight ends in that it's not gonna work against these this front seven going against Tampa Bay. It's not gonna work. Because you throwing a tight end, Shaq Barrett, Levante David, what's the other dude's name?
Devin White.
Devin White,
Yeah.
JPP, Vita Vea, they're going to eat you alive.
Levante David.
And about the offensive line thing, I think you got to move Nate Solder back to right tackle. I mean, not Nate Solder. Sorry, I know y'all can crucify me. You got to move Matt Pert to right tackle. Have Will Hernandez at guard. I think Will Hernandez's play will get much better if you do that. And then, obviously, I mean, we have no choice but to keep Billy Price at center. And then, is Ben Bredesen out for the season?
That's my question.
Is he still dealing
No,
with the
I think he's on
hair?
IR right now. I think he's on IR. Maybe at least one more week.
Because he's not even that bad, to be honest.
Dang, sorry. But yeah, we're gonna be fully healthy. I put it on Twitter. This needs to be a big game for Daniel Jones coming off the bye. I mean, I get it, teams don't perform well coming off the bye, but we have a chance to be fully healthy coming out of the bye. With Saquon coming back, with Tony coming back, or Tony being fully healthy, because I don't think Tony's healthy. I think Galladay's healthy, but I don't think Tony is fully healthy. And get Shepard off I think the receivers we run is going to be Galladay, Tony, and then I would incorporate John Ross over Slayton, in my opinion. But that's just me.
He's shown that obviously he hasn't been on the field that much.
And,
so really
I feel like John Ross offers more.
He showed the
ability
ability
to play design.
He showed the ability to catch the ball in crucial situations, but he did fumble that one touchdown. But he did show the effort to get back up, know that it was a fumble, and get that ball back. And I'm just tired of seeing Slayton dropping balls.
Yeah, I think they're using John Ross. I think they're using John Ross the right way. Just put him in on some deep passes. You don't want to make him a full complement wide receiver. You got to just put him in there when you're ready to take a deep pass or like a quick in and out route. You just want to utilize that speed, but you can't put him in there fully. He's got to be a guy that you put in sometimes, and he'll be utilized perfectly.
I'm gonna say this the way we use our receivers. I like John Ross more than Slayton right now. I just think I have to see when Andrew Thomas gets back, when Daniel Jones gets that confidence back in his on his blind side. I have to see what he does when Thomas gets back. I have to see when he gets a little bit more time, does Jason Garrett open up this offense? Because I will say this, when Thomas was in there, he threw for 400 yards before Thomas went down. And that says something. And you can't throw for 400 yards if your offense isn't opened up. So
here's another stat real quick, Pat, to back you up on that. With Thomas there, Daniel Jones only has one turnover. Without him, he's got like 6.
Yep.
And just to answer Jaden's question real fast, my bad for interrupting, Pat. I think most of us on stream, if not all of us, are comfortable with our coaching staff at the moment. Just play the season out. If to answer that question, champ.
I think it's next man up. I don't think we're going to be looking for an OC.
Yeah, I think Callaway steps up, or they let Freddie Kitchens take over, and I think Jason Garrett leaves.
Yes, because this is his last year of his contract.
I agree.
And that's why I went off I've been believing that Garrett's not coming back. I mean,
now, the Patrick Graham situation is similar because he only had a 1-year contract too.
I can see him signing again, though. I can see Judge talking him in because he even said last year, "I'm not ready for a head coaching position," and I don't think he feels he's going to be ready for that either. He might get interviews, but I don't think he'll accept.
Yo, Adam,
I want to be a defensive coordinator for the Giants for a while, so
Adam, Adam, if you're hearing this, I'm going to remove you real fast, but please feel free to call back. I think Logan's going to rejoin us.
What does Zeke Giants media have to say? Because I haven't heard him really say that much. If he has any input on what he thinks.
I just, I can't wait to see Saquon back. Cause since if Booker had 99 yards, Saquon could have more than that.
Saquon would have had 3 touchdowns in this game.
Oh,
that one run where Booker blasted up the middle, he got his ankle tackled. When he was at the 40-yard line, that's a touchdown. And then was another one where he broke out, where he barely got ankle tackled. Those are touchdowns with Saquon Barkley.
Exactly.
If he hits that hole the way Booker did.
I'm not gonna say that we're gonna beat the Bucs, but if this defense keeps playing the way they playing, and Andrew Thomas is back, and Saquon is back, we can find a way to win.
Well, I'm looking at the fact of the way that they got Patrick Mahomes confused.
Exactly.
You know what? Graham did a hell of a job with that defense, keeping Mahomes grounded. Really got him, he couldn't get rid of the ball the way he wanted to or he was used to, or, he took a lot of things away from him. If we can come up with something to do that against Brady, might have a chance. Bucs are probably going to put up 20-25.
And real fast, I'm gonna let Zeke continue.
Listen, man.
After
we're gonna beat Tampa Bay, bro. We're gonna beat Tampa Bay. How you like that, man? I don't care about no Tom Brady, man. We give Brady fits over the years, and we should have beat him last year. So we're going to Tampa Bay, right? And that's gonna be the game that's gonna signify our whole season. You watch.
It's where Daniel Jones' infamous debut was.
I wanna say real fast. I'm gonna turn it back over to Zeke, and then I'm gonna let Nate. No, you guys are good, and of course I have to let Miz talk his stream, but Nate, I'm gonna no, you Gucci Miz. My bad. I'm gonna let Nate make a point too for a little bit. Nate hasn't talked that much, and then we're gonna bring Champ on. So Champ, if you can just hold tight, we'll bring you on soon. Let's get
I'm just gonna say the defense played amazing. Shout out to the defense; they saved us again.
What we're talking about, guys, there it is. I just put it in the. We can talk about that in a little bit. Next comment.
Yep. Yeah, but I think the way that we have to beat the Bucs is we have to definitely we have to have a good offensive game, definitely, because we can't score 23 on the Bucs. So the Bucs offense is the same.
You never know. They might be able to put some points because their secondary is looking kind of suspect right now.
We put 30 on them last year almost.
Yeah, I'm just saying with the Garrett offense,
that was Daniel Jones' worst game of his career.
Yeah,
right.
And I mean,
I'm just gonna say, I think the offense that we've seen from Garrett last week, I'm suspect, but hopefully he cleans it up. Please do.
There you go, Zion, per Jordan Renan.
That's my only thing, man.
Yep. No play calling changes.
You guys do understand that when you get back Thomas and Barkley, right? That's going to open up the passing game. You guys do realize this, right? Instead of just saying that Garrett's not capable, you seen he was capable. You seen him have games against Washington and the Saints. So come on.
I'm sorry, but you guys got to include Shepard too. That's Jones's #1 target. Jones loves to run the ball. Maze, you got to think about it. Maze, that's his favorite target. He loves throwing the ball to him.
Come on, favorite target. The guy don't play, man. The guy
neither does Barkley. Neither does Thomas. Neither does Golladay. They all don't play. They all got hurt.
Barkley over Shepard any day or night of the year.
I want the best guys on the field. Best guys on the field, and Shepard's one of the best guys on the field.
God damn.
Good offensive coordinators.
Good Shepard for 7 years. I'm hearing about Shepard, man.
So is Barkley, though. He's been hurt all the time, too. They all have.
You're going to tell me so is Barkley. Shepard been in the league for 7 years, man.
You're right.
All right, watch the Kansas City
real
game.
fast. If you guys are going to debate, treat it like a presidential debate, one at a time, so everybody can hear you clearly. Continue.
That's no debate. We just
This
have
is
a
how-
football
I love
it.
it.
Fine.
This is how I feel. I know everybody hates the dude because he gets hurt, but you have to be honest. Who does Jones look at all the time for his first read at wide receiver? Sterling Shepard. It happened in the Kansas City game too. He was his number one read, and you need him out there because the guy still can make plays when he's on the field. I'm sorry, he gets hurt all the time, but he also makes plays, and you need the best guys on the field. And he's one of them. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. It helps us to have a healthy
It was
Shepard.
good,
Of course, you want the whole cast back. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. We don't really have to have him. We got a lot of weapons, man. You know what we have to have? Andrew Thomas.
I just want to see KT get used more.
Shepard being Daniel Jones' number one read is the problem. That's the problem.
I agree
Why
too.
be a first read?
No, I agree. He should be starting to look at other guys too, but that's usually the first guy he looks to when he's on the field. Just being honest.
You do like to hit him over the middle and the post routes. I agree with you.
Yeah. I want the best guys on the field, and I'm sorry, my best three receivers are Shepard, Tony, and Golladay. Those are the guys that we need on the field because they were the ones that will give us the best chance to win at that position.
Let me drop a
Real fast, I think. Yo, Zeke, I'm gonna remove you real fast, but trust me, stay around. We'll get you back. I think Hub's trying to call in.
I'll be right back.
All right.
But we'll get you back. I promise.
All right.
Get Hub in here. He texted me.
Yeah, Hub, you're more than welcome to come on.
Bring him on. I sent it to him. So
We actually win games without the best players. It don't matter
Right.
who's on the field. I just want to win.
I'm not saying. Of course, I want Jones to have his entire cast. He's yet to have that. Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Yes, of course I do.
Adam, I'm gonna bring you right back. I promise.
But if you're telling me you want
Hub's
Shepard
gonna
over
call in real
Barkley, I
fast,
can't
and then
agree
we'll
with
get
that.
you back,
man.
Adam.
No. That I never said. I want Thomas first, Barkley second, Shepard third. But I want all three of them back because they're vital to this offense because of what Jones feels most comfortable with in the passing game. And Shepard has been known to be his first guy he looks to in the passing game. That's what I want. But out of the three guys, I want him third. Thomas is the most important by far. He changes that offense. And Barkley is a better playmaker. That's what I meant. I was just saying that I want all the best guys on the field, and Shepard's one of our best three receivers on this team. You can't debate that. I'm sorry.
I got a couple of.
Real fast.
Yo, Zion, Hub wants you to
real
send
fast.
him the stream yard. Send
Hold
him
on,
the
real fast.
stream yard.
Adam, I see you in back studio. Nate, Adam, and Zeke. I promise I'll let you guys come back. If you guys can just stop, Adam, just hold up. Let Hub call in, and then let Hub come on, and I'll bring you guys all back. I promise.
This is great, man, because all it shows
love
is
it
how
how
excited and
it's
passionate we are. That everybody here.
Exactly. We
I
just
love
need to
it.
reserve the
Okay.
line for the Hub can call in real
Got-
fast, guys. Please.
Got
Thank
breaking news. Well, not
This is about-
breaking, but
this is
it
about
concerns
Odell.
the team. This concerns the team per Art Stapleton
There you
on
go.
Twitter. Judge says Barkley and Thomas should be out there on the practice field tomorrow and Wednesday. They'll move around and see how the recovery's going. Added that he expected both players to stay around this week and continue rehabbing. His second quote, Joe Judge said he is hopeful to have Andrew Thomas and Barkley back for the Tampa Bay after the bye, based on conversations he had with the training staff today.
They'll be there.
Just
big.
just updates on the injuries. That's continue.
It's big.
That's what I like to hear. Yo, what's up, y'all? How you doing?
Now you just want to hope that now you really want to hope that Washington, Tampa can't go to Washington and get picked off because that'll be bad for us. They just got to handle their business against Washington, let them be happy and all relaxed. Then we go in there like a sneaky snake. That's all I gotta say, man.
Sneaky snake.
All right,
That's
we're gonna real fast.
Are we talking
Ash
about, like,
Money
a
had to go to
possible
work.
second half
Ash
run or
Money
something?
had to go to work. Nate, I'm gonna bring you on for a bit. Adam, you can come on right after Nate and Hub. You have the mic. Let's get it.
Now, I was just gonna say, are we talking about like a possible second half run? What's the top
Yes.
run right now?
Yes, Hub. We having a second half. Not a possible. I'm telling you right now, we having a second half run.
But
So-
I'm
so
gonna tell you this, right?
It's like
I-
last year.
Listen, forget last year. This is this year, man. I don't care about last year. I'm telling you right now, the Giants are getting healthy. The schedule favors them, and I believe in this coaching staff. And we're
That's
going
what
on a
we
run.
said- That's what we said last year.
That's
I'm
nice.
like 50-50
This is
with the
this year.
coaching staff. I'm actually 50-50.
I want to hear what Hub's got to say.
I literally
Yeah.
just put out literally 5 minutes ago. I just put out a video talking about this, and I gave a shout out to Miz and Ash Money in the vid because we were talking about it through text today. And yeah, there's always a chance. I'm not convinced yet. I need to see a little bit more winning, but I'm gonna ask y'all to look at the video. But basically, what I said is, last year we won 5 of our 6 games in the second half of the season. We're already at a better point right now, where we have 3 games under our belt, and we still have the second half of the season coming. Also, I made a little spreadsheet for the video where it's like, you look at our first half. 7 of the 9 teams we faced are currently 500 or better right now. You look at the second half, only 3 teams are 500 or better. The schedule kind of favors us. And it's a big if, but if we get healthier, it does bode well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We are getting healthier. Not if, we are.
Yep.
Getting Andrew Thomas back is such a huge plus to this offense. It'll elevate that offense to a new level if you can get him back and protecting Jones's blind side.
And that's a fact. We need Andrew Thomas out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a believer. Whatever. I'm not telling you we're making the playoffs. I'm saying we'll make a run. It's going to be a fun December. Can you ask me more than that?
We should be 6-3 right now, to be honest with you.
1,000%.
I would say we should be like 4-5 or 5-3. I'd say. Not was it 5-3? No,
5-4.
5-4. Yeah.
Honestly, the Washington and the Kansas City games we gave away.
Oh yeah, those are the.
How
only
about the
two that I
Falcons
really-
one?
Yeah.
No. The Falcons beat us. The Falcons beat us. We didn't play good at all that day.
Interception by Dory Jackson. We win.
Right. Okay. That's true. But
Adoree
more glaringly in the Washington game and then Kansas City, we should have won those games. And I believe that if we played Kansas City in a couple more weeks from now, we would have beat them because we maybe learn how to win a little better or how to close out games over the next few weeks. Maybe we're gonna find out. We closed out the game yesterday, so.
Adoree
You
Jackson.
want to know what I think is going to happen in the second half of this season? I think we're gonna battle the Buccaneers, and that one could go either way. Let's just say we lose that game in a hard-fought battle with 3-7. Then let me see this guy. I think we played the Eagles, the Chargers, and then the Cowboys.
About time we play the Eagles.
Yeah, we play the Giants. I say, let's say we lose that one, 3-7. I think we beat the Eagles that first game. We beat the Dolphins.
Yep.
I think we go and get the Chargers as well because I believe our defense can hold that offense. The way
The
we're playing
Chargers,
right now, our defense can hold that Chargers offense.
Yeah, they weren't impressive, were they, Pat?
And speaking of which, Pat, I'm glad you brought up the Chargers. Remember when I said there's only 3 teams 500 or better in the second half? The Chargers are one of them. Is the Chargers, the Cowboys, and Tampa Bay. That's it. Teams that are 500 or better that we're playing.
So say even if we lose all 3 of those games, which I think we could pull out 2 of those, at least one, and the one that I think that we could pull out the most is the Chargers. Let's say we lose those 3 games. That means we 3-9. But I think we beat the Eagles twice. We beat the Dolphins, we beat the Bears, and we beat the football team. So I say at the very least we should be 8-9. And if we're 8-9, sorry guys, nobody's going anywhere unless they're going for a head coaching job elsewhere.
You got the money?
I think
There's
8-9
a
is
spot
very
open, Adam,
doable
if you
with
want
this
to call
team.
in. I think Jaden will call back later.
So who do you think is the hardest game on this schedule right now with the last day going in? What do you say is like the hardest? You think it's the Bucks?
Yeah, I think it's the Bucks without a doubt, man.
Okay.
Actually, I think it might be the Chargers because we got to fly
You
out.
guys don't think it's a divisional game?
I thought it was going to be the
hell
Cowboys
no.
because we match up bad against the Cowboys.
Listen, I think it's the
divisional games
Buccaneers,
are
and
always
then right
harder.
after I think it's Dallas.
I don't think
But I
we
still
match
think
up
the
that bad
Buccaneers ahead
against
of
the
Dallas.
Cowboys. I'll be honest with you. We don't match up bad. We actually match up good with the Cowboys.
We usually shut down Amari pretty well, to be honest.
Our running defense is not that
As this
good.
defense plays, we can beat anybody on our
Them
schedule.
damn
at any
Eagles are our
given time.
kryptonite. That's
Appreciate you, champ.
December 6th.
In Philadelphia, they are. In Philadelphia,
yeah.
they always
The
find
Eagles are our
ways to beat
our
us.
kryptonite. You know, we always somehow find a way to lose against them. I mean,
I think we found a way to beat them twice this year.
I'm thinking so too. Damn it! I mean,
we're due. Zeke or Adam, there's a spot if you guys want to call in.
We're due to beat the Eagles now.
I agree. I say
if this defense plays the way they've been playing, I believe the very least we will go is 8-9. The very least we will go is 8-9. And that's a damn good record considering the way we started off. We haven't noticed that we've been a 500 team since the first 3 weeks.
Yo, that's another. Yo, Pat, you bringing up everything that I'm saying in the video. We started off 0-3, but we've been 3-3 since.
Yeah.
Second half, we at least with Joe judging. Yes, it's a very small sample size because it's just 1 year, but we're 5-3 in the second half. And this year, that second half schedule is so much easier, man. I don't want to get too hyped. Like I said, I don't want to say anything until I see it with my own eyes that we're winning. But the path is there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible. You can't think like that. To think that is impossible, you have to go into the second half of the season knowing that it's not a cupcake schedule, but it's damn near close. It's damn near close. And the way the Chargers been so up and down this season, I don't see them as no super team out there that we can't beat. They're no better than the Raiders that we just played. They're no better than the Raiders that we just played. They're built almost the exact same, except they got Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Georgia's been having their problems too this season.
I mean, is Austin Eckler a better back than Josh Jacobs? I don't think so. Is their tight end better than Waller? I don't think so.
And guess what? I think that the Raiders' pass rush is better, and we handled that.
Yes,
well.
I think their pass rush is better, even though they got one of the Bosa brothers. I think their pass rush is better than what the Chargers is.
And by the time we play the Chargers, we should have Thomas back. So it's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we beat the Bucks. We beat the Bucks. Look for the team to make a run for that last playoff spot for sure. Like, there's no question about it. We beat the Bucks. This team is going to be on such a high that I think we go and crush the Eagles that next week, and then all we will have to do is beat the Bears, the Dolphins, the Washington football team, and that's 8 victories right there. Not even including the Eagles again, and not even including the Chargers and the Cowboys.
And we're like 1.5 games behind right now from that.
Falcons have it at 4-4.
And we got tiebreakers over 2 of the teams that's in the running, which is the Saints and the Panthers. We got tiebreakers over there because we beat them. So I mean,
that Bucs game is so critical. If we can find a way to beat them,
I mean, a lot of people might think is laughable. Oh, we're only 3-6. I said this: we go out of them first 10 games 4-6. We were making the playoffs. We're actually on track to do it. We just got to beat the team that I thought that no way we could beat to get to that 4-6. But 3-7 during these first 10 games, after the way we played them first 3 games, that's damn good, coach. That's damn good. Damn good. You got think of it as the last 6 games. We're a 500 team. That's good enough to make it in the playoffs in the NFC. It is.
Yeah.
And I think most of the time too. A reason why I feel confident going to the second half because, let's be honest, a few of those games this season that we lost, we beat ourselves more than the other team beat us. It was one bad play, one drop, one penalty.
No.
It was just one thing that we did that cost us that game, and we could have been a 5-4, 6-3 team. So that's what makes me feel confident. And I think that Tampa Bay game is so crucial. If we can go into Tampa Bay and somehow pick off that Bucs team, the fan base is going to feel high. The team is going to feel high. Everybody's going to feel very high that we could do something in the second half.
And that's how crazy the NFL is, man. We are 2 offsides penalties and an interception away from being 6-3.
Logan, I'm gonna remove you real fast because I believe Adam's trying to call back in, but we'll get you back on in no time. All right. Thank you, bro.
I mean, look at the Bills losing to Jacksonville. You want to talk about a wild week? Wow.
Right.
Real fast too.
Man,
if you
know
don't
how
mind,
hard
could
that how hard that is, the grass, man.
Fast,
it is, isn't it?
3 plays, we could be 6-3.
I know.
Not Joel. Sorry, Miz, if you don't mind,
I'm gonna throw up just hearing that.
Can you make Bali a mod, please, if you don't mind?
That's why I believe we have a run in the second half because we are better than the record shows.
Hey, is that Adam?
Yes, it is.
Shout out to Adam, man.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Adam, how you doing this afternoon?
Good, fellas. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Yes, it is. Look, fellas,
someone's.
I agree with your optimism. However, you know, I don't know if you guys get the Eagles games, but I do, and I watch that team. I hate the Eagles just as much as the next guy, but those boys can play. Those boys on defense can play, so don't let it get twisted on you. You know, don't just say it's a cakewalk because this is the NFL. This is any given Sunday.
I've been watching the Eagles,
and for me, I know that they play the Chargers, and they play the Chargers pretty well.
Yes,
and that defense of the Chargers is pretty good. So I know.
I think the computer keeps going out.
His computer might have gone out. I agree with him what he said about the Eagles. I never feel confident going against the Eagles. I don't. It doesn't matter how bad we think they are. I never feel confident against the Eagles.
Look, I'm not saying to be not confident against the Eagles. All I'm trying to tell you guys is that if we don't beat Tampa Bay, it's going to be a dogfight the entire way. Now, the teams in front of us aren't that good, right? Minnesota, Atlanta, you know, teams that aren't that great, but Atlanta has the tiebreaker over us, right? So if we do happen to end up with the same record, Atlanta gets in. Now, I don't think Atlanta is going to be in it to win it, but surprisingly, they're 4-4, right? So, you know, let's just take it game by game and see where we at. I know we're in the mix, and I'm excited to be in the mix, but let's see what happens. We can't just say because, we have these guys on our schedule, they're not going to – we can walk all over them. We also scored 19 points.
That's not what I'm saying, Adam. I said we should with a healthy team. With a healthy team, we should beat those teams.
You just said it's going to be a cakewalk second half.
I said we got a cupcake schedule considering the teams that we're playing.
Okay,
Never said that we were just going to dog walk them. I'm saying we should beat them. We should. There's a difference between doing it and saying you should.
Right. When you score 19 points a game, your offensive coordinator is still Jason Garrett. How can I trust that we're going to beat these teams?
I got news for you. Jason Garrett won you the game yesterday.
Excuse me?
I said I got news for you. Jason Garrett won you the game yesterday.
Oh, did he? Because
yeah,
last I checked, the Giants only scored 16 offensive points.
Yeah, 16 points. And if they would have tried to pass the ball, they would have lost the game.
How many points did Raiders score?
It doesn't matter.
How many points? No. Answer the question.
Change the game plan on the fly, man.
How many points did the Raiders score?
I don't care what the Raiders score.
Okay, so before you tell me that Jason Garrett won me the football game, you got to tell me that the Raiders, who were driving, would have kicked the field goal and won the freaking football game if we didn't have a pick six.
Yeah, but you did have a pick six. What's if?
I told you the offense scored 16 points. We luckily got a pick six. I get it, man. That's part of the game. But you can't rely on the defense scoring every time. And don't give me that.
But if you know you got a defense that's playing the way they're playing, and you know that your O-line cannot stop the Raiders D-line from killing your quarterback, you can't just drop back and throw all day.
I'm not saying drop back and throw all day. All I asked you was how many points did the offense score? And you said it doesn't matter. And I'm telling you they scored.
I'm telling you what I saw.
So let me bump in here real quick because I'm more with Adam on this one. We can't have the offense go out. I think the best offensive game plan Jason Garrett called was against Carolina. Because people forget, Carolina also has a very formidable pass rush like the Raiders did, but we approached that game very differently. We had Daniel Jones rolling out the pocket, moving out the pocket so that the pass rush wouldn't get to him, and for some reason we didn't see that much against the Raiders. I think that's the way you should be able to pass against a team like the Raiders in Carolina who have great pass rushes where it's like they don't need to blitz every 5 seconds to get to your quarterback. So I do think Garrett should have more of a game plan like that because there's nobody that could sit here and tell me they expected Devontae Booker to run for 4 yards every other carry, 5 yards for every other carry. That was the best game of his career. I think that maybe throughout the game is why they continue to go with him, but that was certainly not the game plan going in. Nobody expected that from Devontae Booker. You can't target your receivers just 4 times. That's not moving forward. You're not going to see a game like that where the Giants are winning if they target their receivers 4 times. But if Garrett wants to keep his job, I need to see more games like Carolina. He got creative with helping out Daniel Jones by not getting hit because he had him out the pocket. He got creative with the receivers. We didn't target the receivers 4 times. We targeted them a good amount of times. That's what I'll say on that. And I also said that once again in the vid I just put out with if we're going to try and make any run, the 3 main things that need to improve is the O-line, which hopefully would be through the return of Thomas, Jason Garrett, and Daniel Jones. I'm not letting Daniel Jones off the hook for continuing to make rookie mistakes. I have my eye on that. Like, he's still making rookie mistakes.
Thank you.
Hey, to rebuttal that, though,
Yo, real quick, Pat, before you go, yo, Adam, I'm telling you, bro, check that vid out.
I'm going to definitely check out your vid because I think we're on the same page. The thing, I'm not trying to say the Giants can't win. All I'm saying is the Giants scored 19 points a game, and until they show they can score more than that, how can I just say that they're going to be able to win these games when the Chargers just scored 27 against a good defense against that Philadelphia defense? That front four is pretty good. They scored 27. Okay, Tampa Bay's coming in here, and they're not going to just lie down because guess what? They have to be the top seed right now. Arizona's the top seed, so they need to fight for the top seed. So they're not going to come in and lie down. Okay, and then the only game I see that we can win here, maybe two, is the Bears with no trouble, and Miami. Those are the only two games I'm like, all right, the Giants will have the advantage in. The rest of the games are 50-50. That's how winning teams get to the playoffs. They beat 50-50 teams. But because we hurt ourselves early on in the season, we are now sitting here hoping that we can run the table or do a better job and get into the playoffs and sneak in. And hopefully one of these other teams slips up on the way down, right? Minnesota, they struggle. They're a Jekyll and Hyde team. Atlanta, do we really believe Atlanta's going to finish strong and be there? So I believe in what you guys are saying. I'm not saying that we can't do it. All I'm saying to you is don't rely on the defense to score 7 points. That's always going to happen.
All right, the rebuttal what HUD was talking about. There's a thing that the NFL does and every team has is film. You're not going to be able to roll out a quarterback every game and expect for it to be successful just because he did it one game. And then when you do that, you basically shut down one half of the field automatically. That shuts down one half of the field automatically when you roll a quarterback out continuously.
You're already playing one half of the field to begin with.
Hey, I understand that. What Miz was trying to tell you with the Jason Garrett thing is he really did win that game for us. Because if he didn't keep running that ball, Daniel Jones was going to get killed that game. He was going to get killed that game.
So he played a conservative approach. Okay, I get it. All I'm trying to tell you is the other team scored the same amount of points and had opportunity for more. All right, they missed 7 in the back of the end zone. They missed a field goal, and they were driving down because they had to score a touchdown. Now, let's say the Giants don't score, which they did miss. I know that interception. Right now, the game is 16-16 with a minute to go, and guess what? We're talking about a giant loss on a game that they should have won. But because the defense came through and actually made a play on the other side, we're not. But we scored 16 points. That's not going to win football games, period. I don't want to hear we won the game, fine.
So you can say the same thing. You can say the same thing.
Healthy. That counts.
You can say the same thing with the Rams and Titans game. What was that score? Like 28-9? Well, you do know the Titans defense got them basically two touchdowns.
My goodness.
Right. But that exactly, because that doesn't happen. Does that happen every week? No. Every week the Rams are putting up numbers. Bing, 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 bing. In come the Titans, a team they haven't played in God knows how long.
That's why they call this the ultimate team game. We was able to do that because our defense, was able to hold them so good that game from scoring in the red zone. We were able to keep it conservative and save our offense from Daniel Jones from turning over the ball 5 times that game.
I agree with you. I feel like you guys think we're knocking the game plan when what we're really saying is you can't enter another week with that same game plan.
Exactly.
Because of the point that you made.
It all depends on how the game is flowing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It all depends on how the game is flowing.
So we're gonna have to change it up. And the fact of the matter is we're one of the worst teams in the league when it comes to red zone scoring. That has to improve. We have to be better in the red zone.
Yep, absolutely.
That's true.
It also would be better in the red zone when you're going to have an Andrew Thomas and a Barkley in the backfield. Man.
We had those guys, and we weren't that great. We had one game where we scored 27 points.
That was then, but let's see now, man. Let's treat this a little different.
We scored 27 points against the Saints with those guys. That was it. One game.
And we scored, I think, 28 or 29 against Washington.
Week 2, we scored 29.
By the way, man, every game takes on its own character,
I understand that. They're not hearing me. Okay, I'm telling you right now, the NFL average for Giants points is 19 points a game. That's one of the lowest in the NFL. The fact that we think that they're going to go in there every week when they haven't shown us that they can do it. They had Kenny Golladay last week. What did they do? They didn't do a play action pass. They didn't do anything deep. None of their passes were deep. You expect me to believe when other defenses that are like the Philadelphia Eagles or Tampa Bay are going to come in here and just be like, you know what? We're just going to let them throw deep now. No, they're going to.
We couldn't hold their edges at them at all.
Exactly. And we barely won the football game. It was because of our
Andy
defense.
Thomas
They
back.
won the game.
That changes everything, man.
I'm telling you, man. You're not 19 points a game ain't going to win you nothing. Period.
You're gonna have to score more, especially with teams like Tampa. I get that.
Precisely.
But I think we can score more. I think we will.
Tampa's going to score points on this defense. As good as we are, and we've been playing, Tampa will score points on this defense. They have a lot of playmakers.
What if I told y'all?
Thanks for hosting this, Sion.
Between 17 and 20 points against this defense if they play the way they've been playing.
Yep, I agree with that.
The defense, I agree with you guys, is going to keep us in every game. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the offense.
Thank you, Joel, and thank you, Miz, and thank you all for being
being
here.
stifled and not being able to get over the hump when they need to get over the hump in a shootout game. Because
that's a good point. No, that's a good point. The defense is going to give the offense
I
opportunities.
truly believe after that Chiefs game, we saw the best offense that we're going to see this whole year as far as opening it up.
Okay, but
the Buccaneers do a good job, but they're more of a traditional offensive team. We stop their run game, it's going to get real serious for the Buccaneers on offense. We stop that run game with them. Their offense actually goes through that run game. You allow them to run on you, that's when everything opens up. Tom Brady's doing a good job taking advantage of linebackers and everybody having to come up to stop Leonard Fournette and Jones because they've been running it so well. Yep. But you stop that run game, I promise you stop them. Just like I said with the Chiefs, you're not going to stop them completely, but if you continue to hit them, they're not the same people.
Well, you guys told me the Chiefs game was going to be a wash and we were going to get blown out. So I don't want to hear that.
No, I didn't tell you that.
I thought we were going to be in the game.
That.
No, I know.
A lot of people were saying that, but I never said that. I told you it was going to be a tough game if they hit Kelsey and stop freaking Tyreek Hill from getting behind him.
I thought if they took Kelsey out of the game, that was going to be the big factor in slowing down that defense. And what happened? We took Kelsey out of that game, and the Chiefs' offense was suspect. They really didn't move the ball that much on us.
And guess what? The Chiefs, we can say the same thing about how we lost to the Chiefs. If we didn't give them a damn pick right on our damn.
Yeah, but you were the one who praised them about being in the game with the Chiefs. And I came on your podcast and said there's no participation trophies given out to a team you should have beaten. But we're sitting here clapping our hands with a team that was struggling that we should have beaten. But we wanted a participation trophy for showing up at Arrowhead.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about a participation trophy. That's it. We're cheering our team. That's cheering your team, knowing that your defense showed up. That's knowing that's progress.
But now you want to say,
there's a difference. There's a difference between saying you got to win everything or you're nothing, or your team showing progress. There's a difference.
The thing is, it doesn't matter. They lost to a team that was struggling. They had a chance to beat them.
Okay, other teams have lost to the Chiefs too.
And said that it was okay that we lost to the Chiefs because they're a good team and we kept them in check and scored 20 points. When they're not,
that was a damn good performance by that team. And nobody in the league thought
we should have won the game. I don't want to hear about damn good performance.
We should have won the game, but we competed with them.
That's what the Jets do. The Jets against the Colts when they scored 35 points. That's
that said that we were going to have a chance to compete at any way in any facet.
Come on, Dallas.
Why you think they've been going on the road?
Give me a break.
Why do you think they've been going on the road? That confidence that they got for playing against that Chiefs team,
don't give me the
showing that they can shut them down.
And we should have won the game.
To go in each game to play good on defense.
Game should have been won, period. You can't tell me anything else. Losing teams participate. The Jets participate. That's what they do.
They lost 55-0 to the Patriots. Stop that shit.
Right. Give me that.
Nobody loses like that.
Get off me, man. What I'm trying to tell you is against the Colts. Against the Colts. How many points did the Jets
Get off the Jets nuts. Hop off their nuts. The Jets is garbage. They ain't the Giants. They never
because you don't want to talk about anybody else but the Giants.
They never going to be the Giants. So stop that shit.
Your head in the camera all
your friends are Jets fans. Screw that shit, man. You'll never outrant me, my man. You'll never outrant me. The Jets is trash can. They'll never
Oh my
be the
God,
Giants.
the Jets are trash can. Great
The
job.
Giants
They
got
worked
four
against the
bodies,
Colts.
you
Blah, blah,
fucking
blah,
little
blah. Give me a
clown.
The difference between
You're
a
a clown,
participation
brother. You're a clown.
trophy and
You're
your team
negative,
showing
my man.
progress.
You're negative. You're negative.
I'm not negative. How am I
you
negative,
are.
bro?
Yeah, you are, bro.
I'm
the
not
Giants
negative.
is going on a
I'm
run.
not
You better
negative.
get ready.
You're
And I'm
negative.
gonna come
One
on here
minute you
every
make a
week
video
and
about
I'm
how
gonna
bad
spit in
the
your
team is.
face, boy.
Next minute you're like, we're going to the playoffs.
God,
Give me a break.
stop talking your
Give
shit.
me a
You know
damn
nothing
break.
about
You
football,
want me to
bro.
run it back?
You
I
know
can go run
nothing
it back
about
right now on
football.
you, bro.
You're
I
a
can run it
clown
back
from
right now.
Jersey. That's all you are,
Stop
bro.
it.
You ain't
Whoa.
shit, my man. You want to come battle me? Come face me. I'll give you my address. Come, bro.
Oh my
No,
God,
you don't
you
need
get
a
a
face to
little
You ain't
face.
shit, bro. All you do is
You
talk.
need a face to
salty
You
there,
talk
homeboy.
bullshit, bro. You
Oh
talk
my God,
bullshit.
look at you, look at you, look at you.
What? I'm
Hold
right
on.
here. I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Pause,
Nobody
time
wants to
out.
fight you, moron.
Pause, time
You
out,
talk,
hydration.
no, you don't call me a
Hydration
moron to my
check.
face because you're a pussy, straight up, bro. Come
Okay,
to
okay,
my
okay.
face and say
I'll
that.
give you my
Alright,
address.
let's
You can come
breathe,
here.
let's
I'll
Come
give
here.
you, don't give me
Come
your
over
address.
here.
You think I won't
No,
show it?
no,
You
no,
don't know how
no,
crazy
no.
I am, bro.
No, we don't
Yeah,
need
Look
bro.
how off the
Hey,
heel you got.
hey,
Look how
hey,
off the heel
hey,
you got,
hey,
bro.
go
What?
shit,
You
go
ain't
shit,
shit, my man.
go shit.
Can I say
Everybody,
something real quick? Thanks,
You ain't
everybody. If you
nothing,
haven't
bro.
already,
You're
please
negative,
subscribe to
bro.
all these
You're
great content
negative.
creators. I appreciate it very much. And thank you for
negative.
everybody coming to the
Subscribe
stream.
button.
Have a good day.
God, Miz,
I don't care
Really?
about that stream, man. I don't do this for
Absolutely
money,
will.
You
bro.
just can't take.
I love the
You just can't
passion.
take.
Stop,
the
man.
fact that someone wants to
Absolutely.
argue with you.
You just
Like
mad.
I
The
said,
Giants game
there's a
seems a good game,
there's
bro.
a difference between participation trophies and your team showing progress.
We
There's
should
a
have won the
difference between
game.
that.
That's progress. W.
That's okay. So look. Say if you have a child that has a learning disability, and their learning disability is that they can't do math real good, and they always, and in the beginning they were always getting 20%, 30%, but they took a test and they made a 78%. But the only reason why they did get an 85 to a 90 because they missed a couple of questions that they usually would have answered. Are you going to tell that child, "Oh, you suck because you should have got those answers correct"?
We're talking about.
Or are you going
here.
to tell that child that, "Damn, you did a damn good job. You're using around 20, 30%, but shit, you damn near got a B"? Are you going to tell that? Are you going to tell that child he sucks
That's what I'm telling
because he didn't
Now
get
go
those
get an A.
questions that he should have got?
But my
Or are
point
you
is,
going to tell him great progress because you're doing 50% better than what you usually
Let me
do?
ask you this question, okay? Let me ask you this question. The Giants have the ball. 4 minutes to go in the game. Elijah Penny gets the ball, runs 16 yards with it. What are you thinking at that point before he jumps up and starts talking to some random dude? What are you thinking at that point? You're like, oh my God, we're probably going to beat this team. And then what happens? They regressed because they brought back stupid shit. So, yeah, you can go on there and say, oh, how'd you get the 78? Oh, I cheated on the test, Dad, but I still got a 78. That's exactly how that happened.
Nobody said he cheated on the test. Where are you getting cheated on the test for? He did that on his own. He did it on his own merit.
But the point is, you want to strive for an A. I don't want to strive for a C. I'm going to say good job. On to the next one, get an A.
Who
I'm
the
not
hell said that he was striving for a C? Who said he was striving for a C? The kid was striving for an A, but he has a learning disability that keeps him from getting an A.
We lost the game the same way we've lost the previous 5 games. And you
I'm saying the defense showed progress.
Bro, we're trying to get better,
the
bro.
defense did not show progress in that
Giants is
game.
going to a Super Bowl. We're trying to get better. We're showing little things.
I understand that. I'm not saying we're not. All I'm telling you is that a win to me is
Adam, I'm
progress.
not mad at you about your opinions. I'm not. But when you try to put us in the same boat, this is where you lost me. This is where you lost me. When you, why you say we are not the Jets, man? History
I
matters.
didn't say we were the Jets. That's what we are. Actually, by the way, we are almost the Jets because we have the same amount of wins and losses as them. All I'm saying to you is that the Jets,
you base that off recent shit. The Jets are a split organization. They always have been.
The Jets are a team right now. Their expectation level is, yes, let's stay in the game. Let's be competitive. The Giants, who brought in player after player after player, should be striving for playoffs, not striving to hold Kansas City, who's not having a great season, to 20 points and be like, no, that was a good job. No,
who said they were satisfied? That's
game.
where you're getting it wrong. And nobody said they were satisfied. I said the defense showed progress. And you're talking about participation trophies. Did I
Win
say
the
that?
game.
Oh, that was good.
Period.
Never mind.
What is this? What is the NFL about? Is the NFL about making progress and high-fiving? Progress is showing the wins and losses, bro. That's how you do it. That's how coaches evaluate it. That's how everybody's evaluated. The fact that you guys don't want to see it means that we've been in a losing team for so long. We don't know what progress is. Give me W.
Progress.
We want a game
Progress is what this team was from 2001 to 2005. And then in 2007, we got a Super Bowl. It took 6 years for us to get another Super Bowl. And it actually took us over 10 years to get to another Super Bowl where we lost to the Ravens. That's progress. That's progress, bro.
2001 to 2003, we regressed. We went 13-3. I mean, 3-13 in 2003. It wasn't until we got Tom Coughlin, he brought in guys where we actually.
That's progress, right?
The next year, the next year, what happened? We went to the playoffs.
Did Tom Coughlin do good his first 2 years?
His first 2 years, he did all right. We still got kicked out in the first round. He was about to be fired in 2007 until they went on that match.
Because of progress, we made the playoffs, didn't we? That's progress.
About to be fired by who? The organization or the New York media? There's a difference.
A major difference,
Everybody. The point I'm trying to make is, I agree with everything that you guys are saying. My point to you guys is this: until we win a game, I want to see us win against the big team. That should have been our Seattle game against Kansas City. That's what it should have been.
We just beat a 5-2 Raiders team.
What?
We just beat a 5-2 Raiders team.
We beat a Raiders team, and I'm saying great job. You saw my video, Victory Monday. I came on here, and all I said to you was the Giants' offense scored 16 points, and 19 points is not going to do it to win these games. And I go, whoa, come at me, bro. Blah 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 blah. I'm not even trying to talk and I'm not trying to fight nobody. All I'm trying to say is
where you lost me at, bro, is when you said participation trophy. Everybody's giving them a participation. That's not a participation trophy. That's not saying us all Giants. No, I did a whole film session and got on their ass about that Chiefs game.
Are you happy that they lost to the Kansas City?
No, I'm not happy that. Okay, then I'm not happy that they lost to the Chiefs.
The defense had 3 good games in a row. You still lost the football game at the end of the day. They wasted an effort for the defense. Period.
At the end of the day,
effort against the Raiders, and the Raiders win in overtime, which they didn't because our defense showed up, thank you, and won us a football game. But we're not talking about it. The defense has kept this team together.
Offensively, you made it seem like it was a problem that I said that the defense.
It is a problem when I do believe
during that Chiefs game.
Yes, I will explain what I'm trying to tell you. All right, I don't think just because we hung with the Kansas City Chiefs, that's progress. We should have beat that team. Hanging with the Rams, hanging with a team that's 6-2, 7-1, like the Raiders, that's a progress. Offensively, we didn't do much. Defensively, we stifled that team.
Well, you know what?
We need to do. We ended
real
up with
quick,
a W.
Adam. Offensively, that last drive we put together made the Raiders use their timeouts, went down, got 3, and extended the lead to 7, gave the defense a rest.
They also threw 2 picks. They were moving the football up and down the field.
It's part of the game. It's a team effort, bro.
I'll be honest. 6 times, they scored once, my guy. I mean, it was defense. I'm not saying it wasn't defense.
I love how we go from sheer morbidity, we're on the mat, dying, to we win a game against the Raiders, and now we're going to the playoffs.
I'll be honest.
Said we're going to the playoffs.
I just want to say something real quick. Then I'll shut up and let you guys continue. I can see, honestly, all you guys are right. You guys are all right. Miz, Pat, you're right. We're seeing progress with this team. We're seeing the defense step it up, and we're seeing that. But Adam's right in that this is a results business, and we had a chance to win, and we didn't get the win. So I see all you guys are right in everything you said, and it goes back to that video that you made, Pat. We're all right. That's the problem. We're all fans coming up with different opinions.
What was your expectation for this year going in? Records aside, what was everyone's expectation on this thing? Joel was 12-5.
I know it was.
And I were 10-7. Let's see. You were 11-6. Like this guy was 12-5. Where are we right now?
No, you're right.
We're barely in the playoff wild card hunt.
Well,
but nobody expected over half our offense to get injured.
I don't want to hear it because there's injuries across the board.
I didn't expect the defense to come out and look like shit for 6 weeks.
Exactly. Because
I did not expect
if this defense is playing like they were right now, we would be a 7-2.
Well, you know what? You asked me what I expected. I'm telling you what I expected, and now I get ifs and nuts. You asked me what I expected. I expected the
I was
defense
dead
to come
wrong.
out and play like they're playing like they are right
No,
now.
if you expected playoffs,
Absolutely,
and now we're
right,
sitting
Joe?
here barely even in the wild card hunt.
But
How
we'll
is
fast,
that
we'll
progress
fast, we'll
from
fast,
last
we'll
year
fast.
when we had a better team, better progress last year? We should be better than we are, and we're not.
But
That's
here's
the
the
only-
thing, Adam. Here's the thing, Adam. I had a 12-5 record based on what our defense showed us the
Yes,
last
I
9
agree with
games
you
of the
on that.
season, right?
I'm not saying
And the
you're
additions
wrong.
we brought in on offense, right? Well, what we're trying to say here, what I'm trying to say here is like, yo, if the defense from the last 3 weeks showed up, yo, we wouldn't be 3-6. That's
Right.
facts.
That's
Yeah, I understand that, and we all expected that. And I
So
expected
guess-
this team to be 5-4 right now, or 4-5, fighting for a legit
You know what I'd
wild
love to
card
see?
spot.
And guess
I'd love to
what?
see
We
a
are 3
balanced game.
plays away from being 6-3. 2 offsides penalties and a pick from Adoree Jackson from being 6-3.
I understand.
But
where we
Adam,
are.
if you
We
look
are
at it,
what our record is.
but
We're
if you look at
3-6.
it, if you look at it like, if you look at it 4 weeks ago, bro, like I was disappointed. 3 weeks ago, I was disappointed. Like it was depressing, right? When we was getting smashed against the Cowboys, when we was getting smashed against the Rams, right? But showing what our defense showed us the last 3 weeks, bro, I'm now watching the NFC South. 3 weeks ago, I had no concerns about the NFC South. But now that that does showing that hey, Tampa looks good, but after that,
New Orleans is still
we
fighting
might
for
have
the
a
wild
shot.
card.
Not to 1 week at a time, always. But the thing is, like it's a night and day difference from the team that got demolished against the Rams, that got demolished against the
I
Cowboys.
agree with you. Defensively, we have progressed.
But
Offensively,
with our offense, our team is still out. We have not gotten a fully evaluation of our whole offense just yet because there wasn't performing week 1. Plus, we had receivers out mostly every single week. So as much as I was on the wagon of get the hell out of here, Graham, get the hell out of here, Garrett, get the hell out of here, Joe, get the hell out of here, Getterman, I'm looking at it like, God damn it, the players got to perform too, and the offense is injured.
I understand
You know what I'm saying?
execution, and I'm not trying. Everyone thinks I'm negative. All I'm doing is bringing
You
a
guys got
point
me
that
going.
we can't just overlook opponents because our defense, who has played consistently well these 3 games against these teams that we're seeing.
How much points did we put up against the Chiefs?
17 points.
17 points, right? Who do we have on the field?
All the bums that you see out there. We've had Kenny Golladay this week, and we still put up 16.
But I
I'm
don't
telling you,
want to. I don't
Andrew
want to hear.
Thomas is a whole.
We were still
is
putting
the
up
whole
19 points a
offensive
game
line.
with those guys in there.
No, we put up 29 the second week.
That's called,
This is
that's
what I'm
called
looking
2 games.
for.
Average. We have been averaging 19 points a game.
How
in
many
every
games
game.
has Andrew Thomas? Andrew Thomas been out ever since the Saints game.
I got a question for the
next game
panel,
against
too.
the Cowboys, he got hurt.
I got a question for the
Last
panel.
3 weeks.
When was have we played a balanced game all season with both the defense and the offense have both played well? I don't think so.
No.
That's what I'm looking for against Tampa Bay. Let's see a balanced game where the offense and the defense both come out and have a good game. Because it's either the one side of the ball is doing great, the other side of the ball sucks. Beginning of the
Carolina's
season,
probably
defense
been the
was
best
rough,
balanced game so far.
and the offense was so-so that game because other than the defense carried them that. But they
Right.
were probably better that time. But yeah, I'm
I
looking for a
like
balanced
yesterday's
game.
win better.
I did too.
Like
I
seriously,
did
go
too.
over. Let's go
I feel
over
like
the schedule.
Carolina is garbage, man. I
Yeah,
really
let's go.
do.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go
their
over the
quarterback situation is
schedule,
horrible,
Adam.
Miz.
At the end of the season,
Their quarterback
You
situation
mean-
is horrible.
you mean to tell me the Bears and the Dolphins? I don't care what you say. We
wins.
got to get
2
those
wins.
games. Those
2
games
wins.
should be gimmies.
2 wins.
Sorry, agreed.
The
That's 5.
Buccaneers.
Not 5. Right?
Washington, that should be a win right
The
there.
Buccaneers.
That's
I
6.
think we give them a hell of a battle, and it could go either way. I'm picking towards the Buccaneers because of Tom Brady and the experience. But I'm gonna be real with you. We got a chance against them. The Eagles. Let's just say we split with the Eagles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 games. Let's say we lose those 4 games. We finish 7-10. That's still a damn good season. That's still progress. Consider where we came from in the beginning of the season.
And we went 6-10 last year. So
Yeah.
I guess 1 game better.
Without half the injuries.
We had not half the injuries, but we didn't. We still had Darius Slayton. We still had Evan Ingram. We still have a couple of those guys that are on the team right now. Okay, it's not like we bare bones didn't have nobody. We still have Darius Slayton. Where's he? We still have Evan Ingram. He finally shows up because they finally use him right. And we had Wayne Gallman doing things last year. Now we have Devontae Booker. All I'm saying to you guys is, I'm there with you. I'm excited about this team. All I'm saying to you is the team has to score more than 19 points a game for us to be in it. The defense cannot win us every single one because we got Tom Brady coming in. We then got Justin Herbert, who's pretty good. Okay, I don't know what to expect with the Bears. Washington, I don't even count them. We still have the Cowboys who are still going to be fighting for seeding. Okay, and the Eagles are going to play us tough twice. Okay, so those games aren't gimmies. Now, if we show up with 16 points a game, and the Eagles, who scored 20-something points a game, that's a win for the Eagles. And they put up points against a better defense right now, a better team than us. Okay, we're playing a team in the Raiders who is a good team, came across the country. By the way, we're 0-4 in their bye weeks with John Gruden and not John Gruden. So it was right for the picking for that team. And still, it was a dogfight to the end. And all I'm saying is, I want them to beat Tampa Bay. I don't want to be there and let's be in the game. Let's go out there and win.
Who doesn't want to win?
Exactly. I don't want to hear about, let's go out there and play a hard game and hope that they beat. Let's beat them.
But you have to give a fair analysis as well. That's a very good damn team.
I get a fair Bowl winning team. Any given Sunday, we almost beat the
That's
team.
why I said I think we go out there, we play those guys hard, and it could go either way for us. And you're right. It's going to come down to that offense putting up some points and putting the team away sometimes. So you're right.
Because they have a solid run game, man. And our defense is not the great. We don't stop the run that well.
I think our run defense is way better when we don't put Danny Shelton's stupid ass in there.
Well, I'm
going to be honest
that man,
with you.
375 pounds and gets pushed like a
I'm hoping that Daniel Jones has a type of game.
Listen, no hard feelings, fellas. I just want to take that out right now. No hard feelings.
I have no hard feelings towards you.
Adam, I love you. In the top left corner had hard feelings.
No, I was right. I listen, man. I apologize. I got mad.
You want to come at me and give me his address? I'll put it in the chat for you. Y'all can come over and have a beer.
Miz is just old school. He'll come down and beat your ass. That's just how.
No, man. I know Adam. Me and Adam go out. Me and Adam always do this through text, and we talk on the phone.
But I wasn't trying.
I just want to win, man. I want to be good again, man. I really do. I'm passionate about wanting to be good again, man.
We're headed in that direction. I'm telling you all that right now.
I'm tired of this shit, man. I really believe we could be good. I want to have a positive second half of the year. I don't know.
And I agree.
Maybe I'm coming off of a high from yesterday because I was at the game, but I don't know.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the final stretch. There are things I want to see. Right now, I'm not counting my wild card chips before they hatch. Now, if we're in it at the end of the game and you're telling me that in Washington or against Chicago, we win those games and we are in the playoffs, then hell yes, let's go from there. But right now, we're on the outside looking in. Right now, Atlanta's sitting there. So let's take it game week by week and let's go.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're getting in, Adam. I'm just saying, why can't we win 7 or 8 games and make it fun until the last week? I could see that.
But we did that last year.
Yep.
I think we're
the thing is, I'm tired of hoping to be good and win some games in the second half. I want to just be like the Chiefs, like the Rams, like the Cowboys.
That's not going to happen.
We're
far from that, bro.
But
I will tell you this:
are we though? Because you just told me that we're 3 games away from being 6-3, and that was really below the Cowboys. That's one game.
We really are.
So then we are closer than you think.
Yet so close, but yet so far.
I mean,
we know because those mistakes can't happen in those situations.
Well, we got. I mean, I expected better for the team that spent $80 million for a receiver.
Everybody did. Everybody did
for a cornerback. I expected a lot more, and so did you guys. And the fact that we're settling on hoping that we win 8 or 9 games or 7 or 8 games is a little bit sad. Now, I want it to be fun down the stretch. I agree with you guys. I'm not disagreeing with anything. All I'm saying is, in order for us to win and be in these games, we've got to score more than 19 points. And that's what I've been saying.
I want to point something out to y'all real quick. And obviously, we got to handle our own business. But I went and I took a look at, the teams ahead of us in terms of that wild card race. And you look at their schedule, man, compared to ours at least, it's more brutal. I mean, you look at the Vikings, you're looking at the Falcons, like, the Vikings and the Falcons, both in particular, have very brutal schedules going forward. I mean, compared to what we have, at least, because I'm more worried towards the Chargers. Because I agree with you, man. Justin Herbert's looking like a stud. Honestly, when you really look at it, I could still see them taking down the Chargers if we're keeping it up. I'm gonna be real with you. I could see it. That's just me, though.
Look at this. That Eagles team. This is the same Eagles team that let the Chiefs really destroy them until the end of the game. We held them to 13 points, really, because Daniel Jones gave them a gift. This Raiders team is the same team that destroyed the Eagles not just last week. Destroyed them.
But you can't
up and down the field, same squad.
You can't base week to week on a team's performance against a team.
Look, it's different. When our defense plays, we're a different team, and we can beat anybody when our defense plays.
That's fine.
As
But
bad as our
if the other team scores 20 points, Pat, and we score 19, we lose.
As bad as our offense is played, when Andrew Thomas was in that game, this is a different offense. And it's sad to say that one offensive lineman makes an offense that much better, but it does. When Andrew Thomas plays and Daniel Jones doesn't have to worry about his blind side, he's a different quarterback. That's why I'm waiting to see when everybody is healthy, when everybody comes back. Let's see that. Let's talk about this again. And I promise you, Adam, if this team only scores 16, 15 points against the Buccaneers, I will do a stream and I will let you go at my ass for an hour straight. Let you go right at it. I won't give a damn what you said unless you talk about my dead mother. Other than that, I'll let you say anything. If this offense doesn't put up more than 16 points against the Chiefs, fully healthy.
Don't call
fully
it.
Healthy.
Because don't call me because it's personal.
Hey, look. Hey, look. I believe we have a quarterback. He's not a franchise quarterback, and I don't think he ever will be. But he is a quarterback that you can win with if you have pieces around him and you come up with a decent game plan for him. He can win you some games. He can actually win you a lot of games.
Let's hope so.
He's not the quarterback that could go into a situation with turmoil and make chicken salad out of chicken shit like a Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers or anybody like that. That's why I believe this offense is viciously struggling, because we have a system quarterback with no system around him.
Well, the system was for Pat Shurmur. That was his system.
Yeah. His system was, I mean, if you want to say the West Coast offense is his best offense, I believe it is. But we're running a archaic style offense with Jason Garrett, with a hurt offensive line, with an offensive line that was already half bad to begin with. We go on an offensive line that we thought that was going to be decent.
You don't know what little cell.
Yeah, chicken salad.
Little Manny, little cell.
Yeah, but we're going into a season where we thought our offensive line was going to be Thomas, Lemieux, Gates, Hernandez, and Pert. Pert, I got outplayed. Soder's in there. Don't know how the hell Soder outplayed him. Hernandez is looking shell on himself.
Caesar salad has fish in it.
Our center Gates went down. Lemieux went down. Thomas went down. Now we're working with the worst center in the league in Billy Price. We got a journeyman in Matt Skura. Nate Soder is the worst right tackle in the league. I think Hernandez needs somebody good playing beside him for him to play good.
I don't care about that guy anymore.
Yeah, and Thomas went down. So we're working with a makeshift offensive line from left to right tackle. None of his weapons have been healthy all season. Your best weapon, Saquon Barkley, has played, 3 games this season?
And we have the world's biggest turtle at nose guard.
The world's second biggest turtle at tight end. Inconsistent tight end that shows up when he wants to. I mean, so it's a lot. And then you got an archaic coach who doesn't want to call plays to help his quarterback out. He's so stubborn that he's like, no, it should work. This should work.
Well, that's
Look at
why
him. This should work.
We get back on the Joe Judge thing, because that is Joe Judge's call.
Me
Look
too,
what he
Jada,
did with
me
Mark
too.
Colombo.
Is it Joe Judge's call, Adam, or is Mara is Garrett one of Mara's guys?
He's not he's not never going to be a top 5 quarterback, but if he's top 10, I'll take him any day of the week.
Listen,
You can win a championship with a top 15 quarterback.
If that's what's stifling you, then you need to go to your boss and say, listen, this ain't working. We need to figure something out because I'm either going to relieve him of the duties and he can stay on the staff and at the end of the year leave, or got to do something because right now he's costing himself his own job.
I just posted it up. Joe Judge said that Garrett's not going anywhere.
Yeah, because he has no choice. Look, bro. There's no way if I'm a head coach and I see that my offensive coordinator, he's had 2 years now. This is not Jason Garrett's first couple of games. He had all last year as well. There's no way I'm going to sit there and keep saying the same thing over and over again. There's not somebody over the top of my head say, hey, look, leave him alone. He's here to stay. I can't get that past my mind. I know Joe Judge is not that crazy because Mark Colombo didn't agree with one decision he made. And Mark Colombo got mad, and Mark Colombo was out the door.
Well, who brought in Mark Colombo?
I think he did, right?
Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett brought in Colombo.
Jason Garrett's guy.
Right.
What about Freddie Kitchens calling?
But Mark Colombo has no ties to Mara. Jason Garrett does.
But that's why he got fired. Jason, listen, we all know why Jason Garrett's here because of that. Because he was pushed on to Joe Judge because they both were interviewing the thing and they wanted to go outside the box for the first time, outside of Giants thinking. Their caveat was you need to hire Jason Garrett. Now they body language wise, media don't like.
We're gonna let we're gonna let Joel answer that after Adam.
Oh,
well, so he called plays against Seattle.
That's a direct question to Joel. I'm gonna
I'll
send
answer
directly
it.
to Joel.
I'll answer it.
Plays against
Jimmy
Seattle.
G.
That's what you said.
Right there. Right there.
Adam, what did you say?
Excuse me? I said Freddie Kitchens called plays against Seattle.
Was that?
No, it was Cleveland.
No, that was Cleveland.
I think Seattle too.
No.
No.
We were talking about that last time too. We don't know if he missed 2 games or if it was just 1.
No, I was just 1.
Yeah, because I think it was Gary had COVID or something like that.
Yes.
I just come to the fact that I believe this offensive coordinator outthinks himself. I believe he thinks he's coming up with these immaculate trick plays. They should work. I believe that he does not have faith in his quarterback secretly. He does not have any faith in Daniel Jones or this offensive line. Can't blame him too much for the offensive line part, but you got to put faith in your quarterback. Let him go out on his shield. You got to find out who your people are.
See, that's a game against Cleveland that I would have liked to see Daniel Jones play because that game they were opening up the offense with a
Colt McCoy they had the arm to get it into some certain spots.
Some plays that were open there that they could have won the game, but because he has a noodle for an arm, we got that. So I already think Freddie Kitchens would be an upgrade. People don't like him. That's all. I mean, look what he did with Baker Mayfield.
That's what I pointed out. Yes, I agree.
We wanted to hope that Jason Garrett would have done the same thing he did with Dak Prescott because he had a run game to lean on with Dak Prescott.
And he had an all-star offensive line.
True. But again, the tangibles are there when they did with Jason, with Dak Prescott, rolling him out, doing short passes, letting the game be managed the way it is. What I think the problem with Garrett is he does not utilize personnel right because there's no way that Kenny Golladay should be running a 5-yard slant route. That's not what he's here for. You got Tony, you got Slayton, you got Shepard, you got all those guys to do those underneath routes.
Yep.
I haven't seen Golladay run a play down 40 yards downfield at all this season.
Have we? Well, I mean, man.
No, I don't think so.
Ran 40 yards down the field.
You don't see it yesterday because he didn't have the time to do that. That's not. They changed their game plan according to the pass rush that was coming at Jones.
Yeah,
I just want to see what the healthy time.
But even then, they didn't do any play action when the guy's getting 4 yards of pop in the offense.
Adam, I don't think anybody, even Booker had a good game. He did. They still didn't respect him. They don't care.
They really don't.
No.
You can tell.
I think Booker on some of those runs did it on his own when the offensive line broke down.
Remember Barkley back there. when you put Barkley back there and Andrew Thomas is back, guess what? You're gonna have a play action look down the field deep. It's gonna be
Yeah, but
there.
I do have a problem with two plays. One, when you put in Tony and you telegraph their shit, and he hasn't played all game. That's on Jason Garrett. You don't even use him as a decoy. You give him the ball twice.
I mean, I want to say,
anyways, fellas, it was good chatting with you, letting some steam out. No hard
Thank you,
feelings.
Adam. Always
We're
good
all
to talk with you.
We're all going to the playoffs. Let's be optimistic. We're in this race to the end, and I just like to be the guy that stirs the pot a little bit sometimes. That's all.
You need one of those guys all the time in the stream, the one that stirs the pot.
How you doing?
I'm not mad. I'm mad at myself. I should have got in. I'm wrong.
Well, everybody wants to know my address now. We got to wait for it.
Oh my god!
I love it.
All right, fellas, peace.
I'll call
Adam.
I just want to say, like, I'll definitely eat crow on Devontae Booker because I personally wasn't a fan of the signing at first. I didn't really understand it. But with the absence of Saquon, I really do. I'm really starting to come around to the signing because I think he actually fits the system very well for how Jason Garrett likes running the ball. And I think that, we've been trying to run Saquon in this Zeke, Derrick Henry role where that's not the kind of back he is, where Devontae Booker takes what he has and that's it. We saw that with Wayne Gallman last year. He takes what he has, nothing special. He's either gonna run through you or he's just gonna take what he has and run it up the middle. And I respect that. He's been having a hell of a couple stretches, especially the last two games, man, because he's really been the focal point in our offense.
Why don't we use Barkley like Tony Pollard?
Hey, Zion, I'll be right back, bro.
We should use Barkley like how the Saints use Alvin Kamara.
Or use him like Tony Pollard, like the Cowboys do.
Hey, maybe Barkley learned something by watching this the last few weeks. Maybe he's gonna come in and hit the holes that the line's creating, and some of those holes are gonna form 50-yard runs. Like yesterday, Barkley would have rushed for 200 yards. I'm telling you.
We said that he would have learned stuff from Wayne Gallman last year, and that didn't really happen when he was here.
Listen, you got the best thing, man. Now you got a 1-2 punch. Something Barkley always needed.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You look at, and obviously this year is this year, last year is last year. We didn't have Saquon last year. We didn't have nearly the wide receiver threat of what we have right now, let alone Andrew Thomas playing at the level that he's playing right now. And his presence is missed for sure. But you telling me that we're getting a healthy Saquon back, which is a threat in itself. Defense has to respect that. You're getting an Andrew Thomas back. You're getting a Kadarius Toney. Hopefully can get him more involved. And I know that Joe Judge does say that, each team that we face, we're going to have to adjust the offense, adjust the defense. And the main point with the Raiders was they didn't have a good run defense. They had a good pass defense, and obviously we saw that. But with the run attack, I mean, we were successful with it. Now, what makes me think is the Bucs have a very good run defense, but they have a weak passing attack. So are they going to air the ball out more going into this game? Are we going to see the RPO more? Are we going to, see a change of pace between Booker and Barkley? Because, Joe Judge came out and said today that he's going to try to we're going to try to get Booker more involved even with Saquon in the lineup. So are we going to see, like Jeff said, are we going to see maybe Barkley play that Pollard role? Where we let Zeke. Call him Zeke. Oh my God, we let Booker take those Zeke runs where it's the short yardage. We need the 3rd and 1s, the 3rd and 2s where Barkley tends to kind of jump in the backfield. Booker just takes it up. The RPO has been successful. It really has been, and honestly, man, the Bucs have a very questionable secondary. Now, if you want to talk about that defensive line and the linebackers, 100%. But I think we can all agree putting Pitt at the right side, Andrew Thomas getting back, that's a big improvement compared to what we have right now, which I can fault Daniel Jones for certain things, but come on, man, let's be real. Look at how many times, Yannick and Max Crosby were in the backfield yesterday. I mean, I don't see that happening with Andrew Thomas on the field. Maybe Max Crosby on Matt Parrott, but I don't see Yannick, coming up with with 2 sacks and a strip sack. Like I don't see it. And I think that right now we're getting healthy at the right time. Yep. Bucs, like Big Pat said, we're gonna play them tough, but we should have won that game last year. I'm sorry. I don't like looking at last year, but we should have won that game.
Yep.
And I really do think the Giants are going to try to establish, that we're a lot better than what our record says. We are what our record says. I agree, but I think we can all attest to it. When we saw how they played in the Saints, man, that was just a glimpse of what this offense could be, man. We got to get these players back healthy, man.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be real with you. I think I said it in August when we did the whole schedule thing that we would lose to the Chiefs and we're gonna knock off Tampa. And I feel we're going to Tampa and we're gonna beat. I think the Giants are gonna play their best game you've seen, like they did last year in Seattle. You're gonna get that game again.
Go ahead, Logan.
I was going to say, my biggest fear going up against the Bucs is the way they're going to set advanced stunts and blitzes up the middle, because you got Vita Vea who can take up two, possibly three blockers at a time, and you could have Levante David and Devin White running free, and you could have Antoine Winfield off the safety blitz. I'm most worried about our interior offensive line.
Well, that's what I was thinking of, the RPO, because that's going to help Daniel Jones if you really think about it.
Don't be surprised too. I was gonna say, don't be surprised too if we run a lot of 12 personnel against that team to put in a couple of tight ends to block against the edge.
I think we got to run a lot of trap block running.
Another guy we should be scared of is Shaq Barrett, man. That guy's a monster.
JPP too.
I have confidence that Andrew Thomas is gonna lock Shaq Barrett down.
You could offset them, bro. You could do misdirections, have Jones roll out. A lot of the stuff we did against the Saints, and the Giants. By the way, when you get these guys back like Thomas, Barkley, the Giants are going to have more sustainable, longer drives, which is also going to keep Tampa's offense off the field. So don't expect the shootout that everybody thinks it's going to be.
And look, I don't want to cut you off a little bit. I just want to say this real quick. When you look at the Bucs right now, their best person in terms of cornerbacks is Richard Sherman. Right now at this moment, healthy-wise, it's Richard Sherman. And Richard Sherman, look, probably going into the Hall of Fame. I love him as a player, but he's not the Richard Sherman that he once was. Yep. If you're telling me that you got Tony on a Richard Sherman, you got Galladay on a Richard Sherman, or you got Slayton, come on, man.
Yeah.
But it's also going to come down to, is this offensive line going to give Daniel Jones time? And I think with Thomas coming in, man, that makes a big difference.
It does.
The most important piece of this game is we got to get to Tom Brady. We need pass rush.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We got to light that man up like a Christmas tree.
And listen, we played them good last year. We played great against them last year, so we're going to do it again.
I agree.
With the worst secondary, man.
Yes, and a worse set of playmakers, too.
Don't compare me to the Jets. I don't want to be compared to the Jets.
I don't think we're.
Once you did that, that's when I got angry, because now you're going to negativity to a whole nother level. How can I be the Jets when I've seen 5 Super Bowls, 4 wins, and the Jet fans haven't seen shit in 55 years?
Maybe of recent we've had like the same pattern, but over the years the Giants have been Jets fans wish they could be like the Giants.
The Jets live in the Giants' shadows, bro, in New York City.
Yeah. And I think the key in the offensive game too, especially for us on offense, is going to be that interior of our offensive line against Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh. We got to make sure those two guys don't get pressure on Billy Price, on Skura, on Hernandez. If Bredesen's in there, that to me is the key, because if Thomas at least is back, I have a little bit more confidence that he could block off JPP or Barrett, and maybe we could use a tight end on the other side to take care of the other guy. It's Vita Vea, it's Devin White, it's Levante David, it's Ndamukong Suh. Those guys against our interior of the offensive line, that's the guys I worry about the most. If we can somehow contain them, I think we have a good shot at getting some points against that secondary, because their secondary is very weak.
And listen, man, Barkley, bro, don't dismiss how effective the play action is when you have Barkley in the backfield.
Yes, I agree.
Or even playing in the wide receiver role, man.
Yes,
look how effective he was against the Saints.
By the way, there's one other guy that I always mention that I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of, but he will be big in that game. And his name is
Yes, Evan. I agree. Ingram's starting to play better now. We have to say,
when you have Andrew Thomas back and you have Barkley in the backfield with the play action, and you got your receivers on the outside, the real receivers, they're back. Ingram will be a big factor over the middle of that field. He can be.
I agree.
Hey guys, Just want to say one thing real quick. I think in a different way, and I know that this is a tight-knit group. I want to call us the Big Blue Crew, and we need to take a picture. I need us to take a picture, all of us together at a game at one point. But I was just thinking about this last night and actually came to true. That's how I know when I talk to the Most High myself, and I think. I was thinking like if I ran this like a kingdom, like if I was a king, not saying that I'm the king over you guys. I'm just saying if I was a king, Joe would be my strategist. You and Zion would be my strategist. You guys are always thinking outside the box. You guys are always coming up with ideas and things that if we wanted to take over or conquer something, I will have you guys come up with a plan and let's see how it goes. I said this last night to myself and I'm laughing in the inside, and I laughed out loud to myself last night. I said, if I had a kingdom and Miz and Adam was on there, I'll say those two dudes will always get into it. Because they're both strong and passionate, but sometimes they have different views and neither one of them takes shit. So they will always get into it.
That's called a sergeant of arms.
Yep. And Miz is the type of guy, if I told him we're going to do this, he'd be like, okay. And he'll go do it every time. Every time. He wouldn't ask no questions. He would just go do it. Adam's the same way, except he does it his own way. And that's where him and Miz would butt heads every time. Because Miz would want to do it one way, and Adam would tell him, that's stupid. We're going to do it this way. And they would go argue with each other every time.
Boss.
And I would have to tell those guys to calm down and apologize. They would shake hands and still talk some shit.
I apologize. I was wrong, man. I said some things I shouldn't have said. But man, I'm telling you, man, I'm an old school guy, man. That's exactly what you saw was how I was on a field, man. I'm old school, I'm passionate, and I used to play the game real angry, man. I don't know any other way. That's just the way I did my whole life. I don't know. And I'm the sweetest guy in the world, trust me. But
gentlemen, good afternoon. How y'all doing?
Like you said, if you want to go to war, I would be the first one there, man.
But yeah, and then Lou would be my right-hand man. He would be the one that would be telling me how to conduct myself in certain situations. Lou would be...
That's funny.
What do I say? I don't know. Lou would be the dude.
I love you, man. I love you, man.
Right.
Listen, man, I just want to win again. That's all I want.
I get it, man.
I want to win again, man. We found each other because of the losing. We found each other, which is a good thing, you know. But I'm sick of. I want to have a second half of the year, man. I want to believe it, even if it's just
something to look forward to.
I want to hear the rest of Pat's kingdom. What would Logan be? Would he be the shepherd boy?
Oh, Logan, he would. Be
I got it.
He'd be in training for whatever I want him to do. I want to train him.
Coach Jester, we got to get him the little bells on the hat and the shoes, and he can go around.
Nah,
Logan's going to be Pat's apprentice.
Believe it or not, he would actually be my apprentice. I would actually have to teach him on how to do things. And believe it or not, if something happened to me, he would probably be the leader to keep everything going. Because he's a smart kid. He's just a kid. So you have to let him grow. He does things, but you have to let him grow. You have to
I love my Mojo. We have like the best Mojo.
Oh, me too. And if you think I'm calling Logan daddy, you're sadly mistaken if something happens to Pat.
You know what? You know what? Nate would be your apprentice, Joe.
No,
teach him on how to do things.
The ways of the force.
Because you'll have the same type personality. He doesn't talk much, but when he says something, it's usually strategic. So you would be teaching him. Jeff would be our mouth. Jeff, I would send Jeff out to other kingdoms to do barters and things. He'll get the information that we need to see if these people are trying to take over anything. I'll send him. And I have to send a crew with him to make sure nothing happens to him when he's going out there conducting business. He'll be the mouth.
I love it.
Hit squad and everybody else, you will have your own crews and everything, and everybody else would just be cool.
Wait, what about Big Play Slay?
Oh, he's a spy. Slay is a spy. He's with the other kingdom, but he really works for me.
Hit squad and Hit squad will be your general.
My kingdom will have many generals.
Yes.
Yeah.
So don't think that I'm just not saying that y'all wouldn't be anything. No, everybody would be close to me.
Ash
It just
too.
Every time that I saw an old picture about old times in Kingdom, what Pat's talking about, I'm sorry, but Big Play Slay's the guy on the rack, okay? He's the one with his head through the hole in his arm.
Because he got
Traitor.
caught by the kingdom that he says that he's with. But
That's
he's really
right.
working for me, so we're going to have to go save him.
Look, I don't care how many times I say it. One of these days, this man's going to convert. I'm telling
BTS
you.
would be the double.
He says no, but I'm telling you.
When the
it's a slow
Giants
process.
when the Giants line Darius Slay, he will convert. It will happen one day,
Yeah.
and I hopefully and pray it happens. So he
You'd be
can
like,
just become a.
I love Darius Slayton. He's gonna convert to the other side. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna add that TON at the end of the Slay, because I'm gonna be a Giants fan all day.
Pat.
Go ahead.
Marcus Golden has 9 sacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him on the other side of Ojulari, man?
He wouldn't work in our defense.
Doesn't
Yeah, he
PJ
wasn't a
Hill have
4-3.
7?
He's not
Yep,
a 4-3.
BJ
He's a
Hill.
4-3 end, though.
Oh, man.
He's a 4-3 end, but I believe he could get that in any system. He's that type of player.
I believe he would do well with us. I don't know if he has 9 sacks, but I know he at least have 4 or 5 by now. That guy's been through a lot, bro.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever gave him his due respect. Like he had a contract. He had a hell of a year in his contract year with us, and nobody wanted to sign him. So he signed that tender to where he only got $4.5 million with us and never got used. That guy plays with one of the biggest chips on his shoulder ever in the league. Yep. And every team could use a guy like him. Every team.
Yeah, but
that
Graham
will
would
give you some premium effort no matter where he goes.
Graham tried to switch up how he played because in 2019 he played standing up. I think that was Betcher's defense, but in Graham's defense he wanted to put his hands on the ground,
and that's not his game.
That's not Golden's game. Yep. Exactly, it's not.
And I'm glad that he left and did correctly. I've always said this, man. Just because he doesn't work with us doesn't mean I don't like the guy. If I'm going to trade you, I'm going to try to find the best situation I can for you with a good situation coming back to me in return. I'm not just going to send you anywhere so you can die like OBJ said. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to try to find the best situation for you where both parties come out good, because I want to see you succeed, because that's how you feed your family.
Yep.
And that's just honest. Just because you don't work for me doesn't mean you're a horrible player. You just don't work for me.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's just
how Gettleman treated Odell.
Unless your name is Evan Ingram.
Even Evan Ingram. If we would have traded Evan Ingram, I would have gave Evan Ingram to the Packers, to the Raiders, or the Rams. Man, that dude would be absolutely dynamite with the Rams.
I never disrespect Evan Ingram. I like Evan Ingram as a person. If he went out somewhere else and succeeded, I'd be like,
as a
good job for
person,
him.
look, as a person, he's one of the best players you can have.
Yes.
The guy shows that he'll stick up for his teammates, even though he does have a quality of being a rough rider, but he'll stick up for you. He showed that, and he's gonna come to work hard and practice for you hard. It's just that he doesn't put it on the field for us most of the time. Now, these past 2 weeks, he has
3 weeks. Matter of fact, 3 weeks he's been doing it.
So we're actually using him in the way that he's supposed to be used. I wish those play action plays that we roll out the tight end as Ingram instead of Rudolph slow ass. I think I could compete with Rudolph in a race right now.
Yeah.
Who could? Yeah. Everybody could right about now.
Oh yeah.
But you gotta also give Ingram some credit, man. He's never had good blocking, and this year he's become a good blocker.
Yeah, he's actually worked on his blocking. Evan Ingram 2 years ago blocking, man, please. I'm bullying him. But now, Evan Ingram's actually trying to block it. He's doing a half-decent job. I will say this. If Evan Ingram could come back on the $5 million contract, I might consider bringing him back.
Oh, sacrilege.
Yeah, but they got to use him right. They got to use him right. They don't use Evan Ingram right. Yeah. I would rather see Ingram running streaks up the seam, something or the other.
Didn't he draw a penalty when he ran up the seam last week on Sunday? Didn't he draw a penalty?
Yeah.
That dude's athletic as hell, man.
He's a mismatch nightmare.
Didn't we when we use him on wheel routes? He usually breaks wide open and should make the catch. I mean, the Eagles played wheel route. Should have caught the ball. against the Bengals last year. That dude was killing the Bengals last year.
145
He's the main reason why we won that game. And to be honest with you, he's gotten our. Go ahead, man.
Pat, go ahead.
I mean, last week he got our only offensive touchdown. That was a damn good play by Evan Ingram. That was a damn good. He used his body to shield out the DB and called it over his head. Picked it off of him. Great
That's
play.
the reason why Joe Judge really likes him as a player. He really sees the potential in him. He's trying to get the most out of him.
I've always liked
Hey,
him.
you guys tell me if I'm crazy, but this Giants organization, we usually do good when we hire a tough-nosed coach and let them do what they want to do with this organization. When Mara was forced to hire I forgot his name, George
Young.
George Young. When he finally brought in Bill Parcells, didn't we do good when Bill Parcells he was a tough-nosed coach and he did his own thing and they let him do his thing without interfering in anything? Yeah, we did pretty good. And then when we ran him off, what did this organization do for about 8 years before we brought in another tough-nosed coach, Jim Fossil? He's not as good as a Bill Parcells at the time, but he was a tough-nosed coach, and they let him do his thing. He made it to a Super Bowl too, even though we got blasted. And I just think we just came against a super team. That defense for the Ravens was ridiculous.
And that was an all-time defense.
That was an all-time team, man. Even with Trip Dilfer at quarterback. And then he's not as tough-nosed and it can hold it together like a Bill Parcells. So we started to fall apart a little bit, but he still had some good seasons after that. And then he got ran off. Then we brought in Tom Coughlin. He's a tough-nosed head coach too. And we let him do his thing. Even with the media and everything killing him, Marin and them never interfered in anything that he did. And then we finally won a Super Bowl with Eli Manning. Same thing with Bill Parcells. He won a Super Bowl with freaking Phil Simms. And then Jeff Hostetler. Nobody's going to say Jeff Hostetler or Phil Simms are some of the best quarterbacks of all time. They're just not. Not going to just be real with it. Nobody thinks Eli Manning is one top 10 quarterback of all time, even though we all know he is. He beat the GOAT twice in the Super Bowl. I don't care. That means something. And he was the most clutch quarterback you could ever think of at any time. He was even more clutch than Peyton.
Or Brady.
Hard out this world. So when Tom Coughlin got Eli, Bill Parcells got Phil Simms.
Better one.
Also got Kerry Collins. All these guys weren't superhuman quarterbacks. And I think with Joe Judge, we're holding them back when I really think about it, because Mara's putting his nose in there and he's not able to bring the offensive guy that he really wants. I believe you let Joe Judge bring an offensive guy that he really wants into this organization, I think we do a whole lot better, because you allowed him to bring the defensive guy that he wanted. Although we started off slow, this whole team started off slow the first 3 games because we didn't do crap in the preseason.
We might already have him.
It's true.
Russ Callaway.
Yeah, we might have Russ Callaway. He likes Russ Callaway a lot. We might already have him, but Mara is sticking his nose in everything and is blocking him.
That's why.
Let's be real. We're an offensive team. We're a decent offense away from being a good team.
Yep.
And him switching this all around.
That's why I wish
And I
Mara
think you
would
got to
just
let
back
this.
off a little bit.
Yeah, I think you got to let this guy have full control. I don't think Joe Judge has full control. And if you let him get full control, I think he can turn it around. To be honest,
Man,
with
if
you,
we go 9-8, 8-9, you know what? I think Judge might get control then finally.
Right, and that's our history, man. We do bad for a certain period of time. We bring in a tough-nosed coach. He gets his quarterback. He brings his people with him. They let him run the organization, and we wind up winning about 3 to 4 years. Same process over and over again. And Mara is blocking the process with his dumb ass.
Well,
Don't
the only
block the process.
the only thing I want him to do is get rid of Gettleman. I just want Gettleman gone. At the end of the day,
Gettleman's going to retire anyway. He's going to retire.
All I want Mara to do
I don't
is
care
cash
what he
those-
does. Just go.
Write the checks for the players and just stay out of the GM
Yeah.
and the coach's business.
Hey,
Let the coach and the GM do
I'm
their
gonna
job.
be honest with you. I think I think he's blocking the process with this Garrett move, because that's an ego move. If Garrett is not here, that we had a coordinator that can really draw up a scheme Jason Garrett is not drawing up schemes. He's going with what he done, what he has, and what he's always done. He's not a coordinator that can draw up a scheme. Drawing up a scheme is what Patrick Graham has done these past 3 weeks. Is drawing up a scheme, and is actually working. Bend don't break to the 50. Let's turn it on. We might give up a field goal, but that's cool. If we had an offense that could go down and score, man, that'd be perfect. But now this defense has to get turnovers and everything for us to win. And guess what? They're doing it because they really believe in those coaches. They really believe in Joe Judge and Patrick Graham, and they're playing their hearts out right now.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this, guys, but I have to babysit. So if we want to end it with a cliffhanger, and if any one of you guys want to go live on your guys' channels, and we could just convert this whole stream to your guys' channels. I know Classified and Big Pat is calling the game, but
yeah, I gotta call Lou. Make sure you up.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys want to host one for everybody can just reconnect on that channel. If not, my bad, I have to end it like this. You guys want to plug yourselves and then
we're ending it?
Host? Yeah, I gotta go babysit.
Hey man, just stop on in. I think I'm going live at like 8 o'clock or 8:05, something like that. I got to do a few things here myself, so I was just about ready to cancel it out myself, Zion.
Mm-hmm.
But Miz, thanks for having me on, my guy. I mean,
thank you.
And just make sure that everybody subscribes if you haven't already to all these great content creators. Make sure you hit the like button too.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much, Miz, for having us on. And I'm so sorry I have to end it so soon. But thank you again, bro. This has been awesome getting together. It's got heated at time, but all for the love of the game and for passion. Yeah.
Thank you, Miz. Thank you very much.
Damn Miz and Adam. That damn Miz and Adam are crazy as hell.
Don't mention the Jets. Don't ever mention those Jets.
That's right. I'm out, guys.
That was
and I'm loving that. I'm loving that big blue crew, Pat. I'm loving that. That's awesome.
I'm with it.
Let's get it.
Yeah, I think that's the name of the crew, man.
That's funny. Well, you guys have a good one, and thank you so much.